Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Toy Ramblings. Well, I will ramble on probably until I get charged for the Haslab Rattler. There are no promises because I don't know when they're going to charge, but as most have found out, it usually hits right after midnight Eastern Standard Time. If Hasbro tells you that's what day they're going to charge, that's about what day they're going to charge or what time. They like to get it right out of the way and I guess get that tooling going. So anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I did. I moved into this nice, spacious place. Bobby B and I moved into this place together. A real nice, spacious place. You got a lot of headroom in there. I can do like workouts. I can do burpees, jumping jacks, different things like that. There's really not much going on in there other than an Echo, a bunch of Hasbro pictures on the walls and stuff like that. But it's other than that, it's actually a pretty nice place, to be honest. Like I said, very spacious and rent free, which is even better. Rent free is awesome. Anyway, let's talk about what we have going on today. So we will be counting down to the Rattler, which we were trying to come up with what is going to be the final numbers. I believe Matthew said like 21.5. I think I said like 22. And well, we are both wrong. Even if he said 22.5 and I said 23, let's just say we are both wrong because it is approaching 25 right now with just under 3 hours to go. So I wonder what the final numbers will be. Please, let's discuss what the number is going to be. Post your numbers down there. And then Matthew will go back and find them. Whoever said what. I guess looking at it right now, as we're approaching 25, they might hit 27. I think that's kind of, I think 27 is kind of ambitious, but we know in the last couple hours, these things start to jump up. So we are going to get into that. First, I got to say this. Well, it's already past the first, but let me start by saying, as many of you know, when a famous person dies, I like to do a different meme. I put someone else up there. I could do 100 different ones for this one, but honestly, James Earl Jones deserves better than to me make some shitty meme with the wrong person on there. Darth Vader, the voice of Darth, it doesn't matter, voice or not. I guess, we all talk about like who's the best Batman, and sometimes you say Kevin Conroy. I'm like, he's just a voice, but the voice made Darth Vader. David Prowse, he may have walked around and been Darth Vader, but they could have got so many other people to do that, right? But to have the voice. So that guy is a true legend. He went to the University of Michigan. I think that Texas game might have killed him. And that's too bad. So anyway, I just got to say, there won't be any funny memes about that just because I do have more respect for that guy. Yeah. He was Mufasa. He was, what's his face? The dad in Coming to America. I mean, so many amazing. And he signed off the rights for his voice for being Darth Vader. He obviously knew that he was 93 years old. So it's not like, oh my God, he was just, oh my God, he barely lived his life. He seemed to live a really good life. So, and then it's not exactly, it's on the 11th. It is 9/11. But Roman's birthday is 9/11. And because 9/12 is when I do Thursday with a friend, I don't like to interrupt people for what my things are. So today is Roman's birthday stream. He is going to be 8 years old on Wednesday, which is absolutely crazy to think. I agreed to take him when he was about 9 months old. And one of the best decisions in my life. Never look back at it. He's truly been like my best friend. It seems so weird to say that about an animal. I've always had small dogs. So he was my first big dog. and he's just been so wonderful with my kids from day one. So I could not ask for anything more from a dog. And you guys know, I mean, he just became the mascot. I know there's other people that use their dog as a tool on their show. He was never meant to be. He just started showing up. And if you notice now, after almost 2 years into doing this, he doesn't bother us nearly as much. And I think he bothers me more than he ended up bothering you guys. You guys want to see him. I'm like, I can't get up and take you down anywhere. So anyway, it is really great to be able to celebrate his birthday, well, at least in a couple of days with you guys. So anyway, I hope I'm not really lagging, because it looks like I'm lagging over here on my end. It looks like StreamYard or whatever the fuck they're doing. Good Lord. They're going to they're almost going to double their prices. So they're going to go from $25 a month to $45 a month, and you really don't get anything other than 1080p. Like, I don't really give a shit, you know? So, kind of bullshit. Anyway, enough with the pleasantries and obviously the condolences with Darth Vader himself. So, we have 61 people watching right now. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We always seem to jump up. You guys have probably seen, well, not everyone. If you're a channel member, you saw I dropped the Retro Cobra Commander video. That is my review. It'll go live for all the commoners that aren't channel members. All the common people will go live at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So look for it there if you can't watch it right now. And quickly, look at this. Cobweb member for 5 months. Well, you know what we got to do until I get things clear.
Welcome to the Creamery.
Even though you're already part of the Creamery, we're going to get something new. But anyway, let's jump to the beginning and let's say hi to everyone. Like I said, 64 people right now. Oh, I got to scroll really far up. We got Stanley Everhart, who says, I'll be at the arena training till 7:30. Hopefully, I'll be home before the countdown hits 0. I'm not sure what you're training for, but good luck. We have Clint Jorgensen, who actually joined us on Punk's Pit last Friday. Are we still holding the season? Are we still holding this, seeing how Bret is on Raw tonight? Is Bret Hart on? Is there something wrong? I honestly have no idea. We have PNC is in the house, son of a Crayon Slayer, Jake Anderson, Richard Burns. We have Woody 222, the Titan is here. Same Time Toys, GI Bro, who has the best guns, but I'm going to work on them. I got to get mine up there. We have a Plastic Fantastic, who I ordered another Stinger today, so I can maybe mess around with some of the things that this guy is sending me. So thank you very much. We have Daredevil Dave here. David R is in the house. Gun Bunny Customs, who was my guest on Thursday with a friend last Thursday. Go watch it, but don't go watch it right now because I'm in the middle of a show right now. He is already up to being the 5th most viewed person on that show. It's not really fair to compare it to when I started because it has grown so much, but I am super happy for that. Honest to God, thank you very much. This show has done so well, and it's all because of the guests that I get on. So, we have Christine Mendoza is in the house. We have Johnny Reno, one of the other customizers. We have Cobweb Collector, who I already pointed out because he said he's been a member for 5 months now. Nolan is in the house, who I understand we are a Toy 2 official once he is here. Thanos Copter, who Wednesday is only a couple of days away, and you know what he does. He drops something to try and offend people. Did we say Daredevil Dave is in the house? I don't know if I said it. If I did say it, if I did, I'm going to say it again. Daredevil Dave was one of the people. He died before Joe Fest and was revived because of Powerade and electrolytes. We have Action Figs, one of my moderators, who is in the house right now. And we have Fatrid here regarding your poll. Yes, but you need to give Joy Toy another shot. I did. I don't see myself really getting more of their I don't see myself getting many more of their military, if any, only because I know there's other things coming. from the O-ring from Super 7 that I like to give a try, but I'm not against it, but you're gonna watch your money runs out. We have Tony's Figs, who is in the house, another decent Tony. I just want to say this. I ordered these, right? These are the acrylic paint markers that Tony said to get, right? Said they're awesome. They have a thin side, they have a paint side. They're awesome. All right. I did a little bit of customizing here with this little flame effect from Motu, right? It fits with the Stinger missile. So I painted, put some yellow on it. But what I have to say is I didn't realize when I got these and I opened up the box, Tony, that I was going to feel so feminine looking at them. This is like the most feminine marker box I have ever seen in my entire life, which makes it crazy that Tony likes them because he hates diversity. But yeah, there it is. Acrylic markers. These are pretty nice. There's what? There's so many of them. There's 30 different colors. So anyway, I just had to point that out, Tony. Anyway, where are we at here? We have Machine Man, who is here. We have Viper Scout, who is once again in the house. He's always here right away. We have Matthew Matson, the first moderator, who I bounced so much stuff off of that guy. The Titan is here. I'm gonna tell you, I know I forgot people. PNC is here. We have Raymond Chong. Don't want to suspend the CAD 500 plane from the ceiling. Don't want to suspend Canadian 5. Well, you can suspend it and always take it down when you want to do pictures and stuff with it, or it comes with a wonderful base. Actually, I don't know if it's a wonderful base. I'm just assuming it is. Aaron, the toy enhancer, is here. Thank you for joining. We have Factored saying, rip James Earl Jones. Bobby Wold. James Earl Jones was a pretty awesome guy. Had a speech impairment and stutter and powered through with his acting. Yeah, I kind of feel like me on here. I feel like I stutter. I started to notice it a lot more. Oh, man. We have Bill Lioneer is here. I think I said the Titan, but just in case if I did miss it. We have MJ, who is here now. Come on. We have a Dreadnought K6, the Titan. I think now I'm going to start repeating people. We have Judge Dreads. I'm trying to think. Have we seen you before? I'm not sure if I have. Big Rib, I know I have seen somewhere before. If it's not here, he's been somewhere before. We have Fatred FU, member for 6 months.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And I say thank you to that. And then, of course, I guess I can't miss this one.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Tony's Figs with the $10 super chat. Buy Roman something from Uncle Tony. I will do that. It'll be like food or something. Todd C is here. Gun Bunny Custom says, it was awesome. Thank you for having me. No, thank you for joining, because honest to God, like when you guys, that shows nothing without everything that you guys give me, and the fact that you give me 3 hours of your time to help grow my channel. I can't appreciate it any more than what I already do. Toy Binging is in the house. Mr. Mad Gus is here. We have Alex S. Race Mace. Sup all, we are the Hammer. I hope you are doing well, because you are coming on Thursday with a friend very soon. I don't know when, but you are. And Wraith Mace has gifted 1 Punk membership, so you know what you get there.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And I'm going to have to scroll back to see. It is Thanos Copter. Oh, great. I'm probably going to get demonetized just for now having Thanos Copter as a channel member. Oh, he says Tony hates force diversity. Oh, we have a GI Joe. I don't believe it. Markers for your sensitive side. Hey, we all have to have a sensitive side, right? At least that's what I hear. I never do. So. Travis B74, one of the travesties. He's part of the triple threat. He's we don't know this Travis. We know all the other Travises. This Travis, I'm assuming he fits with the other ones. He's like when the Killer Bees, they put the mask on. Well, there was one where there was a triple. It was a triple match or a triple tag team match, and Coco Beware was in there, and they rolled out. He put the mask on and rolled back in, and I just remember my dad going, "That referee doesn't realize that he's black." Anyway, Derek Holloman is here. Woo! Oh my goodness. So anyway, I think I said everyone that is in the chat. If you're new here, please hit that like and hit that subscribe. If you're new going, why did you go through why did you feel like you had to say something to everyone? You know what? Because you guys are giving some of your time. I just want to acknowledge it and say thank you. If I missed you, too bad. So anyway, back to hope everyone had a great weekend. If you're following the channel, you see on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok even, my daughter and I told her, I said, hey, let's go out race the Vamp and the Stinger and take some pictures. I piled in a bunch of figures. I didn't take many because it was not only windy on top of the hill, but it was cold as shit. It was so windy, the big box that I had kept getting blown over even with everything in it. So I'm like, oh, all right. So I had it down and I only did a few pictures. And let's be honest, being in that like canyon that you saw, I was like, I just angled there. Oh, 48, almost 49. It doesn't really want you cramming down, like walking down there. Like I'm like, please don't hurt myself. Please don't hurt myself. Esley says the owner likes Star Wars too, bro. I am not sure what you are referring to, but I'm assuming you're in the middle of a conversation, maybe. Anyway, thank you. I've never seen S. Lee. I would remember that because S shoes are part of the Etnies brand, and Etnies are all that I wear for skate shoes, which is weird. Part of Soul Tech. All right. So, so we did that on Saturday. It was cold, but then it warmed up, thank God, for Sunday, where Andrew, my son, he had to film for Sergeant Red's, my local toy store, as Mark Pillow, Nuclear Man from Superman 4, was in town, and they did a meet and greet. And I got to say this. So we were talking about it on Oz's clubhouse, how tall he is. He's 6'4", one of the nicest guys you can meet. Like that guy, he's like he does wine, a wine seller, a wine salesman or something like that. Does wine testing, does like these different events. Such a nice guy. Wasn't one of those guys, like one of those old actors that didn't make it, or old wrestlers, and you can tell they're bitter and they're just doing these conventions. He doesn't need the money. He comes in, he does it, and actually, one of the radio hosts here reached out to Sergeant Reds because this guy has like this big, huge Superman collection, especially Superman 4, and he kind of works as his agent, like he's like by proxy. And the guy, I sat there, I talked to him for like 15 minutes, had a good conversation with him before people came in. We talked after. My son did an interview with him, which he's super excited about. So I can't wait till that gets done. But yeah, it's great. Like when you see some of these people that aren't bitter, they're just, hey, you know what? I get to go out, meet some of the people. A lot of people like Superman 4, which shocked me. But yeah, carbs and curbs. Again, I'm assuming this is skateboarding because I see a little skateboard here. It looks like a little skate park right there. But in a few weeks, Andrew will be doing Mick Foley. Now that one I'm actually excited for because I don't know, Mick is. I might actually geek out over Mick just because I watched a guy get. I remember exactly where I was when he got tossed off that cage by the Undertaker. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, I enjoy getting to see him work. He got a few tips from the radio guy, who's actually also a TV guy. I'll listen to him. Won't really listen to me. understandable. That's kind of how it is. But yeah, so I like this comment right here. Jason Gura, I think I'm saying that properly. I'm just here for the rambling. Well, you're going to get lots of it. You're going to get lots of it. GI Bro says, such a legend. I'm assuming, are you talking about James Earl Jones or are you talking about Nuclear Man Mark Pillow? All right. So I want to say thank you to Gun Bunny once again for Thursday with a Friend. He was absolutely great. I'll let you go back and watch it if you missed it, just so you can. Oh, Mick Foley. Yeah, I told them. I haven't heard one bad thing. I've never heard a bad thing about him. Not from a wrestler, not from an event, not from someone that met him. You never hear a bad fucking word about him. And I can't say the same thing for the Hardy Boys, who acted like they didn't even want to fucking be there. Then their manager starts changing shit on them, like whatever. And Fatrid quickly says, Lawrence got to run. Left you a like. You all should too. Have a good night. Thank you very much. Words are hard sometimes. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you to Gun Bunny. Excellent show. He told his story, and I don't want to reiterate his story. I want you to go back and see what he has to say, because I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think they're all good, but it was definitely one of the better ones for sure. Thank you to everyone for Punk's Pit that showed up. The Creamery. I can't really call it the Creamery. I like Punk's Pit, but the Creamery is just such a damn good name. But thank you guys all for joining in 5.5 hours. It's just me preparing for that 36-hour stream that I will be doing in just under 2 months. It's scaring the shit out of me still. And then thank you to Oz and everyone. I did jump on there, but I wasn't on very long. Well, I was on longer than I had planned on it, because I had to wake up in the morning. So, and then this Thursday, I will have Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector. If you have not been checking out his stuff, he is a military guy. He's been reviewing all the same stuff that myself, Bobby B has, and he's doing a really, really fine job. So I like chatting with him. Again, you meet these nice guys, and sometimes you meet guys, or there's guys online that are just complete assholes and dicks, and then there's other ones that stream the other side, and that's what he is. So let's say hi to MCR here. Are you going to wait till the Haslab clock hits? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's every Monday. Will I wait till I get charged? I don't know. They usually charge you pretty quickly. We have Ostradamus is in the house. Hello, friends. I'm here just in case a bobcat attacks. You know what? It's been a while. There's 65 people. I bet some of you guys have never heard of the bobcat, but this was on a live when I took over the clubhouse for Oz. This happened. Let me find, where the hell is it at? This was interesting. Really good in here. Shoot on over there. Oh. What the hell was that? Was there like a bobcat attacking someone? Or what the hell was that noise?
Jesus Christ, what was that?
I meant to play the video. Let me play the video. I love this video. Where the hell's my video at? Here it is. I really don't do this, but you have been really good in here. Shoot on over there. What the hell was that? Was there like a bobcat attacking someone? Or what the hell was that noise?
Jesus Christ, what was that?
It sounded like a bobcat attacking. I normally don't do this, especially to someone who just jumped in, but he's been so good. Go check out his YouTube channel and give him a subscribe.
Yes. Yeah, dude, his videos are actually pretty cool. I like his videos, and he's asking questions back to the community to get them to kind of guide where he wants to go with what he wants to review and stuff. He's been making some good videos.
Okay, yeah. What was the noise? What was the fucking noise? Because that sounds
nobody's gonna fess up. What was that?
I think it was Usual Mike. He's the only one that has little people running around him. He's the only one with people around him.
He looked a little suspicious.
I didn't see nothing.
That sounded like a bobcat outside my house does.
He might just always look suspicious now that I'm looking at him a little
We
more.
don't have bobcats. Was it you?
So that was just a little snippet that happened, and I was so happy. I mean, if you're just seeing that for the first time, I was so happy that I wasn't the only one that heard it. And I'm just like, what was that? And then when Matthew was like, what the fuck was that? But Ed getting into what was the fucking noise? Because now he's aggravated because no one's fessing up to it. And it turns out it ended up being usual Mike's kids. And he's like, I tuned it out. He was playing video games or something. And look, there's the birthday boy right there. Hi, buddy. You want to say hi to everyone? Jump up here. Say hi. Come on. Look right there. Say hi. Say hi. How are you? Anyway, there you go. So anyway, no, don't do this because you've been out a bunch of times right before we started. All right. I forget where the hell I was at. I know, shocker, right? This is the rambling part of the show. Anyway. Oh, Coco Smooth. So I'll have Coco Smooth on. Again, I think you're definitely going to enjoy him. I've never really talked to him other than just communicating a little bit back and forth. I don't think I've ever seen his face either. So, but he is a military guy. That's why he's really into the military stuff. Different brands and everything like that. So, and he's introducing a lot of the 3D printed stuff, which is, more than what a lot of people are. And Terrence St. John has jumped in here. You still have a show. I have a very powerful, successful show that's happening right now. Anyway, okay, so man, I can't even read my own writing here. So anyway, I do have stuff dropping, as you guys said. If you're a channel member, you'll see that I dropped the Retro Cobra Commander video. And then tomorrow, I'll drop Stalker for channel members. They'll both go live at 8 a.m. I picked this up at Sergeant Red's. I need a Predator. And I need to find out if I want more of these to fight figures. I've been wanting one to fight Boba Fett, do pictures fighting Boba Fett and Wolverine. And I know they're big, but that works for me because the Predators are very large. So I'm all for this. But yeah. Now, quickly, I want to mention something. I have it up there about the reviews. And if you're new here, or if you're trolling, or you're spying for someone, the way I do my reviews is I give you an honest take. I've said this numerous times. Look at him. He's getting all comfy right back there. When I do my reviews, I give you an honest take. My experience with something may not be your experience. And that's why I don't tell people to buy or not to buy. And if I see something and it's my feeling, I'm going to talk about it. I tell you the good and I tell you the bad. If you can't handle that, maybe like some athletes that shouldn't be on the internet, maybe you shouldn't be on the fucking internet. All right? So if you're going to get upset, go on streams and call me a Hasbro bog gobbler, I think. I didn't watch it. Just like you say you don't watch my reviews and Bobby B's reviews. All right, I'm getting people messaging. So maybe that's what happened. But again, if you can dish it out, Bobby, all right, then fucking just take it. Go watch my review and then go ahead and address what I was so bad about. All right, I'm going to address it because I know someone's going to say, oh, you didn't say shit about it. You want to call me out, I don't give a fuck. All right, I mean nothing to you. You mean nothing to me. But the fact of the matter is, maybe you're like these athletes that just can't handle having Twitter. And you feel like you have to, anytime someone says something, you have to address it. You're an owner of a company. Own the company, create a product. You make a good product. It's not me kissing your ass like everyone else in your fucking stream. That's just me telling you what it is. But I point out the bad along with the good. The same as I do for Hasbro and NECA. And I'll do the same thing with Fresh Monkey fucking Fiction and anyone else that creates a fucking product that I review. Again, the internet's harsh. It just might not be best for you to be on it if you're going to be an owner, and also feel that anytime that someone doesn't fucking suck your cock, that you have to address it. And I'll leave it at that, because people wanted me to address it. I think I felt I needed to address it because you're calling me like a ball gobbler and stuff. And again, I don't really give a shit. All right, you've made comments on my Instagram because I made a comment about your figures all being the exact same size and Sarge being small. Like, the fact that that's what you do on a Saturday, good fucking Lord. Anyway, enough of that. It actually felt pretty good to say. I did see, let's see who else jumped in here. We have You Are a Clown, Toy Guru 2.0 fired from company, complains about said company. You know. Anyway, so let's see here. I'm just reading some of these. Hey, the fact of the matter is, when you are going to do reviews, you have to know you're going to upset some people. You can't say something positive every time, or all you are is someone that is showing. You're showing off a figure, a vehicle, a product, right? And that's perfectly fine. That's not a toy review. All right, that is a toy overview. All right, I said it before. What Analog Toys did with the Vanguard, it was not a toy review. It was a toy overview. He just showed you what it was. He didn't talk about what was good and bad, other than he mentioned that the gun turret didn't go up and down. Right? I know we're not supposed to care about that stuff. Even though things are for photography, we're not supposed to care about that stuff. So, now let's get my Rattler in hand. Oh, wait a minute. I still get my Dragonfly in hand. Well, I am a punk with a Rattler in hand, but it'd be an O-ring size Rattler. And thanks to this guy right here, Aaron the Toy Enhancer, I can't say thank you enough for getting me an O-ring, an O-ring one. Todd C says, the truth is there's only so many of us even interested in buying military-inspired toys. Most of us buy for GI Joe nostalgia. I agree. The rest don't give a crap, even if you spend months hyping it. It's true, you know. But again, when you get something in hand and you're able to review it, and you have, again, I don't act like I don't know that I don't have a following, that I don't have people that are listening and watch what I have to say. Everything that I've done through this channel was built through honesty and just giving my opinion. I've said it before. I have this knack of being able to separate things. You can ask fucking Aaron the Toy Enhancer. When he did his fucking video, I called him up and I said, what the fuck are you doing? You were way off fucking base, right? I wasn't going to lie to him. All right. He was fucking way off base about it. All right. But it's not like Aaron did something awful to someone. He just fucking stated his fucking case. You know, he's one of my fucking good friends. And the guy let me stay at his fucking house. I mean, he was going to smash my fucking ankles and shit with a fucking sledgehammer. Now that's kind of scary and shit, but hey. Anyway, Allison Troy says, greetings. Love to have you jump in. But anyway, again, that's why I have the poll up here. I feel like I have done a pretty good job of being as honest about it. And I think that's why people come back. I mean, people don't continue to tell me this because, you know, they're getting something from me, right? It's not like they're getting something out of me. So anyway, all done. Now we got some stuff to talk about because there's been a lot of fucking news. And again, we have the Haslab ending in, wow, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Let's see what the count is at before we start right now. 25,226. So it has taken a huge jump. Over 400 in, I don't know how long. the 20, 30 minutes that I've been rambling on. So, all right. A little bit of Motu news. And we have the Turtles of Grayskull combination, mix, whatever it is. I gotta say, this Mechanic looks really awesome. I don't know what he's supposed to be part of. I know it's Mechanic. And did you know that that club of his is actually also a telescope or a periscope or whatever it is, telescope, right? I had no idea until maybe a year and a half ago. Really cool. Really cool. J Solo Arts is here. Great to have you. Taryn says, I come back to see if you're still complaining. I'm not complaining, just speaking my mind, right? Isn't that what this is for? To speak our mind? I mean, it's gonna be a long fucking night if I don't speak my mind, right? Anyway, I gotta say this figure looks cool. This almost makes me want to collect the stuff, but I have gotten rid of everything. Well, not everything. I'm still getting rid of everything that comes to do with Motu. There will be some stuff that I clearly keep, but I think Oz, did you get your package yet? That sounded awful. I know, Mr. Motu got his stuff. I got rid of some stuff on eBay. Oz got some stuff. I'm still waiting to hear back about getting rid of Lady Slither. So, but these look cool. I like the shield. Again, the extended neck is pretty fucking cool. Allison says the Turtles of Grayskull that aren't the 4 turtles have been pretty cool. They are, man. They're just really cool, man. Like they just have nice colors to them, and it goes back to what Bud said. Like this is something that he has wanted to do for, since he was a kid, and I think they just really work. So, another Travis Furborn, happy GI Joe Haslab Day. Man, how many? We had so many Travises in the toy community. Cobra Commander. I was big Motu kid, but too old for TMNT. I was the same way. Yeah, like I remember seeing the comic, but man, I don't. I remember the black and white comics only because the kid would bring them in. I think they were Image comics. No, they weren't Image because Image wasn't around yet. Who did the black and white comics originally? Anyway. Whew.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Frostbite, GI Joe Repro. Good day, bro. Just keep speaking your mind, mate. Oh, I'm going to. I mean, everything that I have. I mean, that's what this whole channel is built on. So, and then we have a Beckley, Mirage Comics. Yes, you can see why I would have said Image, right? And again, I remember being in middle school when the kid had them, and I thought they looked so cool. Because the black and white, again, you didn't know what they had. They were just very gritty, but I remember seeing them as a kid and never really thought too much of them. So anyway, we have another. I thought we already had Donatello. If I'm wrong, someone please let me know. But I thought we already had Donatello. 80s Toy Boy is in the house. Man, you guys all remembered Mirage Comics. We got Beckley, J Solo Arts, Gun Bunny Custom, all knowing it. Hey, Brick Something has joined the chat. So I do again. I just think the Turtles fit in that Motu style, like that 5.5 inch. I think the Squatty Potty size, like that structure, I think just fits perfect for them, right? Because they're turtles and something really weird like that. So, but here we go. A flaming staff. And then we have this guy. Someone please tell me, who is this guy? You guys have no idea how quick I'm going through when I'm looking at stuff, so I don't really look at all the names because there's so much. I think this one looks awesome. I absolutely love how this is. the pink effect. Now this really should be color, not color, glow in the dark. I know it can't have everything glow in the dark, but I want this to be glow in the dark because I would get it and it'd be sitting right back up there. Always looking to see if there's something to add. Yeah, it's Rattler, but what is he supposed to be combined with? I guess that's my question. It's just a mutated Rattler. Okay. Toy Binging says, how many more people would back this Haslab if it was $75 to $100 cheaper? If you paid this price, you have no right to complain about price hikes. Yes and no. You're paying for something that's not going to be redone again. It's a limited run, and like anything, it keeps its value. Now you can say, yeah, you have no right because clearly you're finding a way to spend $325, about $350 after taxes. Price hikes are always going to be part of anything in life. So I'm not a huge fan of people always complaining about price hikes. It happens. And wish it didn't. And it sucks because once it goes up, you know it's never coming down. Again, credit where credit is due. The fact that Bobby Valla lowered his prices by $2 on each figure, on the lower end figures, it does say a lot. Like he's putting that back in the pockets of his fans, and that is a good thing. Other companies don't do that. Usually you have to kill a line and restart the line. But again, this is something that is a special thing. It's not going to be done again. You are getting 3 figures with it and patches. Fucking goddamn patches. It does kill it. I'm not going to lie. But you don't really hear about price hike complaining from me. That I will say. Because I understand this is a hobby. This is expendable income, right? If you can't afford it, then you don't get it. It's that simple. Travis F says, there's another Travis F, but we'll just go with Travis. Travis Furborn, you are such a punk. Your Gridiron and Street Fighter reviews made me buy almost everything from those companies. You know what? Tell Mark that from Gridiron. I don't think he understands. I've done two different 3D companies other than Gridiron, and when I do reviews, Top Fun Toys, they told me that they saw a boost. Arsenal Pew Pews said they saw a boost. So I can only imagine what happened with Gridiron. I put out so many videos from them, along with other things that are a little bit lesser known. But Street Fighter, I got to say this. Street Fighter is something everyone should have because they're just that damn good. Anyway. So this Rattler is cool. It's mutated. I like it. Won't be getting it because I'm trying to get away from that. And then here we have Raphael. I swear like we saw someone. Like, didn't we already have a Raphael in down? I know I already said that, but John Battle has joined up. What up, Mr. Punk? Hope you're having a good day. And then we have Krusty Old Crow. Hey, just swing by. Hit that like button and sniff for fart noises. Yes, please hit that like button if you haven't, and then hit that subscribe button if you still haven't yet so far. So anyway, here's Raphael. There's his size, stored perfectly on his shell. Now we're going to get to these. And I think some of the Filmation figures are amazing. This one, not so much. I guess I didn't realize how bad Triclops looked. And I think Triclops is one of the best looking Motu figures. But the Filmation one, man, is just not looking good. And I think it's part of that Mandela effect. That Mandela effect that I remember thinking like Motu looked just like the cartoon. And then when they dropped these, I went, holy shit, like I didn't even realize it, right? So, but I'm not a fan of this figure. And it's obviously just a head. And this one too. And I always thought Mandy Faces was pretty awesome. But man, oh man, I just did not see. I just don't think this is a good looking figure. And it's all about the head. Now, I do like the monster face. That looks pretty good. I had to do the RVD, Rob Van Dam, because that's what I saw as soon as I saw this. I know it's the Mendoza. I know it's the Mendoza line, and it's the Mandela effect. So I corrected myself, and I know the Mendoza line. Matthew says, "Did you see the Loyal Subject mask promo? They're doing original scale masks. I did not. I do have it in the slides to talk about at the end. It's all impatient and stuff. You know, you could just jump on and see everything. No, please don't. Anyway, if you want a filmation, I think it's great that they're giving you the filmation. They've pretty much given you everything that they can for everything else. So, and here we have Hordak. Now, this picture, I was trying to figure out why Hordak has a big, giant, like, ball hammer as a fist, and then I realized that he's actually holding it. So it's like a big, giant kettlebell. Roll Keeper has joined us. Thank you very much. But I do think this Hordak, as I've kind of mentioned some of the other figures, I think this Hordak looks really good. Probably better than the regular Hordak. I like the blue, the black, the red. It all pops with the gray. It works. So again, if you like this stuff, hey, you go and you pick it up. We have Legend Series who is joining. He's either finishing up with his show or he's not paying attention to them, and he's like, this one guy alone is so much more entertaining than me and my three buddies. Just messing with you, Tony. Check out Tony over on drawing a blank. Legend Series is over Mondays at 8 p.m. on Yojo Jerks. They do Monday Night Raw. We have Benny Torres who is jumping in. Hello, everyone. All right. Bobby Wolf says, I'm liking the new Eternia figures that are coming out. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're killing it, man. I think they really are. All right, on to some McFarlane stuff. I'm not sure if there's any Batman. I'm not sure if there are any Batman. No, I thought the Mega Powers were on Thursday, right? I thought this was Monday Night Raw. I don't know. I don't know. I know it has something to do with wrestling, right? Matt O'Brien has joined. Happy Monday, Lawrence and crew. And he's, oh, there is Batman. I kind of forgot. And let's see here. Quickly.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And then is Allison Troy saying 1,500 likes tonight. And Lawrence goes, wee. Man, if I get 1,500 likes, I will wee for like 4 times in a row. I only have, I think, one live with over 1,500. So anyway, here we have the Batgirl motorcycle, which is. I remember I remember Batgirl's motorcycle. I don't really remember it looking like. I remember it looking like this. I don't remember the purple, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. But I remember how it came busting out. So, Brick something says to McFarlane effect. I could have sworn he already made Batman. Yes, I buy chairs that go way down far enough, but I just have to go bend my toes. All right, so this does look good. I want to say it was Robo. Don't know. Robo was saying how. I think he was saying it looks like they may have covered this up and had her like on the side because I don't know. Do her legs open up so she can actually sit on it? Because it doesn't look like it does. Which would, wow. Can you imagine making a motorcycle and then you can't actually sit on it? But anyway, there's Batgirl on her motorcycle. And I think most of us men had, and we were boys at the time, had a crush on her And to this day, if we found a hot girl that would wear this, we would be more than happy to watch. Dr. Gunn says somebody clip Lawrence asking that. Asking what? I say so much I can't remember. Anyway, here is the Bat Cycle or Batgirl Cycle, the box. I don't know what else you can really use it for, right? I mean, it's very Batgirl-ish. All right, so here we have Batman 66 Wonder Woman, which Wonder Woman obviously was never in it, but clearly this looks like it is supposed to be Linda Carter, the version of her. And I actually think it looks pretty good. It's not the greatest face sculpt, but again, we're talking about McFarlane. You kind of get what you get with him. She does come with her lasso of truth. So, but I mean, if you're collecting this line, I think this is one you have to get. So, nope, it was Eartha Kitt for me, bro. I don't know about you, Mr. Mad Gus. It can be multiple. But for me, Yvonne Craig, yes. She was, yes. For me, Yvonne Craig would be 1A. Eartha Kitt, I wasn't going to kick out of my tiny little twin bed as a kid. Not that I would have known what to do at, however old I was, probably 9, 10. You just know that there was something. Brick something says I usually look to grab most of the McFarlane motorcycles for other figs. Don't think I can make that one work. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Some of them look pretty good, but I'm not saying this one looks bad. It's just not going to fit for. I mean, is Black Widow going to be cruising around on that thing? Black Widow going to assassinate someone and she's on that thing. Machine Man says head swap will do nicely. Yeah, I do think this looks good. So, and so here we have another Batgirl, and yeah, this was the suit that we all remember. This was what we absolutely loved. You can't be, like it's hard to not like that. It's hard not to look back at being a preteen and watching this and being like, what is she's doing something to me, and I don't know what it is yet. And Jeff has joined in. The Batgirl by Burnside Bike still works fine. So she comes with some handcuffs, and nothing says bondage more than Batman 66. All right, let's be honest. There was so much stuff that really, really was yeah. It you look back at it and you're like, man, I bet some stuff happened on that set. Matt O'Brien says, I knew this Haslab was going to wrap up nicely. I'm about 2 hours away from crying at my bank account. I do wish they would offer some sort of distant unlock, though, even a small accessory. No, well, they showed you the stickers. They're showing you everything that they're going to get. I've said this before. When it comes to HasLabs, the only way you get something extra is if it's not doing well. If they're worried it's not going to hit the goals, that's when they throw stuff in. The His Tank, they were never going to add anything because they didn't need to. So far, the Joe stuff has been the same way. I'm actually surprised it took this long to hit all the tiers, but some people do that weird thing of not backing it until they know it's getting everything, which again makes no sense. Anyway, good looking figure, soft cloth cape. Here's the look of it. I think these are like $20 figures. They're not really that expensive. So it says, who sculpts the joints and hips at McFarlane? Good. Oh, I've been saying, I've been saying that for quite some time. I can deal with pin joints, but sometimes, like McFarlane's, they're almost always just so fucking huge. And I believe this is, I don't know, Clockman. Someone tell me his name. I can't fucking remember it. He has a bunch of clocks. All right. This was Flavor Flav before Flavor Flav was Flavor Flav. But he does have the soft goods cape. It's an interesting looking character, but I don't remember his name. And then he has the big clock on the back. Yes, Machine Man White Flavor Flav. Clock King. Thank you very much, Viper Scout. That's why I keep you around. But yeah, Matt O'Brien. This on the Haslab. I feel you. But would be cool if it exceeds expectations to throw something small in, even if it was like a small missile cart or something. Hope they do that. I hope they do an add a pack for the Rattler like the Hiss. Oh, they're going to, because they've already said that they're going to do it for the Dragonfly. Yeah, they have already said that they are going to do it for the Dragonfly. Maybe at PulseCon, they'll announce something. So, yeah, there will be something. I'm assuming some sort of grounds crew. It just makes sense to have grounds crew. Anyway, here is the box for Clock King. Oh, and here's Red Batman. There we go. The Mandela effect kicks in and says, I thought we already saw this. So Robo was talking about this, and apparently, I think it was in Japan, they only had Red Batman. That I think you said it was in Japan. So really weird. I'm not really sure what it is, but I actually like the colors, but it just doesn't work for Batman. I do think the sculpt as looking like I can't think of his name. Not Burt Ward, but the other Batman, the real Batman. Burt Ward is a Batman. I know. Before anyone yells at me, Burt Ward was Robin. Why can't I think of his name? Italian Batman. Thank you very much. Italian. So it's strange. Like, can you imagine that? Like, I think why is Batman in red? So, all right, but I do think the colors really work. I just don't want to see Batman in red, especially like this, right? It's not right. It was for the 66 Batman movie poster. The coloring got mixed up. Okay. It does look like The Incredibles. It's a mix between Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible. But yeah. Now, I do think this Joker is pretty damn cool. I don't remember if this was actually in the TV series, but I saw this and I'm like, this is one, like, if I was in on this line, this is a figure I think I'd be happy just looking at it. Because the Joker did all kinds of things in that, right? And he just has a cool accessory that comes with him. So, whatever it is, I don't even know what it is, but it can be so many things. It could be a vacuum cleaner, that you clip. And before someone says no one clips vacuum cleaners in the backs, yeah, they do when they're doing like work in stadiums and shit. But I think this figure actually looks really good. So I'm happy to talk about this just because Jokers are cool. And here's the box for it. So again, if you're into the Batman 66 line, I think it's a cool line. Not something that I'm going to be getting, but got to talk about it. And then next is for Tony's Figs. He's really happy about this. I got to say, this Joker sculpt looks amazing. I think just the whole body on him, really thin, really good. This to me is, I mean, if he could continue to make, if he could always make figures that look this good, I think he'd be, I guess he's doing well, right? The guy pushes out more adult figures than anyone else. But sometimes, as I mentioned, he knocks it out of the park. And I think with this one, it is knocked out of the fucking park. So I put this one in just for Tony because Tony was super happy about it. I put a lot of shit in 20 minutes before this show went. We have Snow Wolf jumping in here. That looks amazing. I agree. Like if you don't like this, you got an issue. Like it's on you. All right, Super 7. Yeah. So he's doing a Batman 89 vehicle, and this is the Super Cyborg. Now, I'm a little confused why you do a Super Cyborg vehicle. I would assume a Super Cyborg is because it's a super sized figure, not a vehicle. But it is 13 inches long.
That's what she said.
It doesn't look bad. The McFarlane one looks better, although the McFarlane one only holds one person. And it looks very, very plain, very Super 7-ish. It almost looks like almost like a soap bottle, like that style. Something you would have bought where it's just all one piece of plastic. Now it's not, because we'll see it broken apart here. And you can see that it has enough room for 2 people. Now, what two people are you going to be putting in there? That's what I'm wondering, because I can't imagine this is going to hold 2 Ultimates. I mean, Ultimates are fucking huge. Nor does he make Batman, so I don't even know why. It's like I have to go back and look. Like, is this really Super 7? Because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Grizzlehorn jumps in and sidestep the main license holder. Yeah. But almost 14 inches long. And I don't know. It doesn't look bad, but I just go buy it's $125. I just go on Amazon and buy the fucking McFarlane one, which I think looks way better. And then for that money you saved, you can order the ramen guns and everything. So Brick says it's a whole line like Super 7, Optimus Prime, creatures from the Black Lagoon, etc. I understand, but it's called Super Cyborg, so I'm assuming I would think that cyborgs are talking about the size of the actual figures, right? That it'd be in figure. This being a vehicle, I don't see why you're calling it a cyborg. That's all that I'm saying. They should be called like supercars. All right. So on Friday, they dropped some of these things. And this is part of the Target Geek Out. So Super 7 is now in Target for they're not Ultimates. They're what the hell are they called? They're Ultimate figures with less accessories for $35. Again, just wait to Entertainment Earth and BBTS has them for $10 and buy the Ultimates that have more shit on them. Now these are 5-inch figures, 5-inch Godzillas. I can see it comes with a building in the back, 5.2 inches high, 3.7 and 5 inches long. So it's as long as an O-ring figure. Here's the boxing for it. Mecha Godzilla from '93. I believe, if I am correct, that Sepultura did a song about this figure. I could be wrong, but yeah. Your Clown 57 says regular Ultimates are less than 35 if you just wait. Exactly. And you get more shit. But these are deluxe or super. Are they super? I think they said they were deluxes, right? So anyway, here's Godzilla. Another building in the background. So it's cool that they're giving you little things like that, but yeah. 5 inches, so he's actually smaller than Mechagodzilla, and that's fine. He's much longer, though. He's basically a big square. And here's the packaging for him. Let's say hi to GG78. Biotech is Godzilla. That's right. I love that song. That is a fucking badass song from Sepultura. They need to have Biotech go against Gorgor. If you don't know who Gorgor is, then you guys missed out on Gwar when Gwar was amazing. Okay, deluxe is the $35. Okay. Deluxe. Again, they're ultimates. All right, so here's Lionel. $35. You get the Sword of Omens and you get the Gauntlet. Brian Flynn said this is a brand new sculpt. I will let the Super 7 guys tell me if this is new. I thought they had already redone one because I know the original one that I had was based off the Mattel Buck. It still had the big pins in it. I thought he redid another sculpt, or they did another sculpt. So the question is this really a new sculpt? Because he didn't say it with the next figure. Again, I think it looks good if this is how it comes out looking, but why are you going to spend $35 when you can just wait and get them for less than $20 on BBTS or Entertainment Earth when they eventually go on sale? And then we have Monkey On. I think it's Monkey On, right? He didn't say this was a new sculpt, so it makes me wonder if he was lying about the other one, or who knows. All he comes in with is his mace. Now, he did say that it is an actual chain, so it does actually move around. That is pretty cool. But again, you can just wait. Yeah, okay. So I thought that they redid the sculpt for another Lion-O that was pinless also, Aaron. That's what I'm saying. So, and I could be completely wrong, but I thought that they had redone it because it wasn't like their Ultimates, because they want everything to be in scale. But it doesn't look like they're double joints or anything. Just Jeff says, never heard anyone say you missed out on Guar and mean it. Dude, have you ever seen Guar? I mean, fuck, dude. Seriously, the best show you ever could have seen. And I truly do mean it was a show. They played music at the same time, but you went there to have all kinds of shit shot at you. Literally shit, blood, other things. Okay. I know. I don't want to do this. It's GWAR. I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I'm like, oh my God, it's Guar. And yes, as same time toys like showing like in capitals. That's how I always see them. No. Dude, I bought tickets for people at school so they would see it. It's okay. I get it. No, the Guar was awesome. They were so much fun, and we saw them with was it Dead Cops, which was just them dressed in cop uniforms, playing different instruments and a different singer. I don't know if they ever came out with an album. I think it was Dead Cops, something like that. Those guys were amazing. Yeah, they were amazing. So, Emerald Night Photos has joined. Howdy, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful night. Anyway, it looks like a lot of people have seen Guar. Again, it's just, man, they were awesome. Boy, I can't miss it. Bad Religion is still the best band I ever saw perform live. I cannot say that, but they're always good every time that I've seen them. And one of my favorite bands. I'll still say the best band that I ever saw was Circle Jerks, which oddly enough has the guitarist of Bad Religion. Not anymore because they kicked him out. I remember that I saw shows. There are very few shows that stand out that I can remember everything about them. And I absolutely love Bad Religion. Especially when you go back to Suffer and Against the Grain and all that stuff. No Control. No Control is probably my favorite album still. And I was one of the people that loved The Gray Race and Stranger Than Fiction. I'm not going to talk punk all day, guys. I know this guy here will talk punk all day, and then Highly Articulated will turn in and say, hey, are we going to talk toys or what? Frostbite says 21st Century Digital Boy made it to Australia. That was their big hit because they re-put it out there. It was at the end of Stranger Than Fiction. And I had buddies and friends who are like, you can tell the difference. And I'm like, it's fucking the same goddamn song. Although they did swap a couple of the lyrics. I remember seeing No Doubt open for the Vandals. We're old. I remember Bad Religion making fun of Green Day when they got big, and they're like, "Yeah, that band used to open up for us." All right, so I saw this before the show started. Super 7, Conan. This is once again not an ultimate. It's also not fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's face. Right? It is not their fucking face. God damn it. This thing looks bad. All right. This angle looks awful. When I first saw it there, I thought, oh my God, is this like in hand and they show something else? But it's not. This is actually what it's going to look like. I hope the head sculpt is this bad because Arnold said, no, you cannot use my fucking likeness. Because, dude, it's just bad. It almost looks decent at this angle of the digital render, but man, I don't know. And not Rachel has joined. Got to see DRI a couple times. I have never seen DRI. I'm not a huge DRI fan. They would always play at this club on the other side of Detroit, outside of Detroit on the other side. And I never went there. And it turns out that one of my biggest clients is like right down the street from there. So them and Propane seem to come there all the time. And I've still yet to see Propane. Legend Series. Why is that sword so goddamn big? That's 1/6 scale. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is Conan the Librarian from UHF. That I could get behind. He had the big giant sword when the guy turned in the book slave. Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Oh my gosh. Brick something says one of the most awkward and gross was seeing the Vandals guitarist get jerked off while playing. And isn't the singer like a big Christian? That's yeah. Yeah. All right. How the fuck did that come up? Holy shit, dude. You never know what you're going to get on this fucking show. You think we're going to talk toys? You think we're going to get to the Rattler? And here we have Brick talking about fucking the guitarist of the Vandals getting a handy while playing guitar. Things I didn't need to see. Oh, great. Yeah, look at this. Kogo Smith. Supposed to have him on right now. He's like, I ain't going on with this asshole. Kogo Smith, the casual collector. Kogo Smooth. I say Kogo Smith. Kogo Smooth, the casual collector. Third-party heads for the win. It's Super 7, so don't even bother. Just my personal opinion. All right. Marvel Legends. Now, this thing dropped. I know we've already seen this before, but I think this is good. I just wish it didn't have I wish you could plug the head so there wasn't a hole there. Just so you could use it for other things. But you kind of got to have this big tuning fork in its forehead. I don't really want that. So I don't know what it looks like if you take it off there. But hopefully you can just have a dog for other things. I don't know why you want a giant dog, but as for the female, I think she's awesome. I think that buck is really good. I know Matthew doesn't like it at all. I think it's a good buck. I have no want to get this figure, but some of these Marvel Legends figures, especially these females, look so good. And I think just because they're just clean with lines, there's just not too much bulkiness and shit going on. So, Bobby Wold says, I wish Lockjack was more articulate instead of just coming with a second pair of legs. Well, I understand what you're saying. My guess is wherever to keep the price down, it was probably easier to do it that way. But I'm kind of with you. But we talked about this when it came out, and I was just like, I kind of like the idea of having legs where they're sitting, because Junkyard and Timber are kind of a bitch to get to sit like that. They're not the easiest to get to sit like that. So I have no issues with that. But I do understand how you kind of want to have other legs so you can kind of move around and stuff. But like I said, I do like her. And I like this. I like this pose. I think there's something cool about when they're just kind of like in this straight pose with their hands out, toes are just kind of pointed, and they have some sort of like magic or flame effect, something like this. I know Coco Smooth refers to the sexy sniper position. I think this is like, I don't know what you would call this. But yeah, I really like this here. Allison Troy says, that dog reminds me of my ex's second ex-wife, the one he married twice. Judge Dredd says, the Mezco Lockjaw looks better, but more expensive, of course, and old. I heard, I think it was, once again, Robo talking about it. Anyway. Couple different hairstyles for her. Again, I think the dog looks really good. I just hate the tuning fork in his forehead. And you can take it out, but again, getting this sitting position with Junkyard and Timber, as it can be done, it's not always the easiest to do. So I kind of like the idea of just popping off legs and throwing it on there. So, Coco Smooth, sexy juggle pose. I can go with that. First, I thought it said sexy judging pose. Yeah, well, again, it could be more. John Battle says, that's called the Beware of My Power Fools. Yeah, So you got the different head sculpts here. Again, these face sculpts are really good. I like the idea of doing different faces rather than trying to articulate a jaw or anything like that. Although this is a big figure. I'm just thinking that you take this big hunk of plastic, they were going to jack up the price if they decided that they needed to make it more articulated. So again, I say keeping the price down. It doesn't mean that it's not too expensive or overpriced, but it's Hasbro. It's toys. It's all going to be like this. TK Storm has joined us. Evening, folks. Glad to have you here. Here's the back of the packaging and the front of it. And then we had Dragon Man show up. Now, this is a Pulse exclusive. Maybe I didn't done enough research or heard enough about this to be 100% honest. But I was under the assumption this was going to be more like a Haslab, although not a Haslab, but like Haslab price. This thing is $85. I know nothing about Dragon Man. I believe once it's done, it's done. I don't know how long it's going to stay up there for. Matthew says, oh no, not Dragon Man, way too expensive. He's $85. Do you really, you consider that too expensive for what you're going to get? I mean, you pay $40 for the gargoyles, and they probably won't be made nearly as well. And this thing will probably go up in price. Just a thought. So 10 inches tall, 17.5 inches wide. And I think it looks good. I know nothing about them, so I'm not going to sit there and try and act like I know anything about them. But $85, it's probably something that will hold its value, and something probably people will be, as soon as, is about to ship, will be looking for it. And, hey, I'm looking for one for my son. Can somebody help me out at cost? So, but I think it might fit in with my gargoyles. Just saying. Judge Dredd says, Dragon Man is about what I thought it would be. Dragon Man is about what I thought it would cost. Again, I had no idea. I really didn't look too much into it, so I can't say I really knew. I thought, again, for me, I just kind of thought that it would be, since this is supposed to replace the Haslab, and $100 or not even $85 for a figure doesn't seem like it's in that Haslab range. So, since they could have given the legs on the lockjaw more articulation, yeah, I agree with that. It does have a little bit, but you're right. It doesn't really have much. Anyway, so here's his big old wings. That's just going to extend out. Do they pull out? Or are they different wings? So here he is next to a figure so you can see exactly how big he's going to be. I thought showing that he's 10 inches tall was enough. But if one's a 6-inch figure, he's going to be about 4 inches taller than the other figures. Yeah, so two sets of wings, kind of like the same way the gargoyles do. It comes with this nice little book. It comes with 2 sets of hands. Again, not a lot for $85, but if it's something that's going to keep its price, and if it articulates well, and it is a good sculpt, then he can be worth it. And by looking at it, it looks like you can get some decent poses. But it is going to be one of those things where you're only going to get so much in the arms, so much in the legs. You usually get more in the legs. The arms normally go 90 degrees. You might get a little bit more. Matthew says, I've got Diamond Select Hawks that were cheaper and far better, about the same height. Well, I mean, like I said, it's, you know how this stuff goes. You know how Hasbro does stuff. Like I said, hopefully it's one of those things that it retains its price. It keeps it, and everyone is happy. Here he is reading. And did he come with glasses? Is that what we were looking at? It almost looks like he has glasses there. Yeah, they're reading glasses. So I know nothing about him. And I didn't bother to look. All right. Grizzlehorn says, giant hunk of plastic. Hey, isn't everything we pretty much play with a giant hunk of plastic? Judge Dredd says, it's a fair price for Hasbro. Don't like it, don't buy it. Exactly. You know, but again, there's nothing wrong with saying that you think it's overpriced. But there is a difference between whining and crying about it. And I'm with you. Like after too much of, hey, if you don't like it, then don't buy it. I'm with you. So all right. John Battle says he is super intelligent. So is he kind of like Beast? I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like, just a dragon. But I mean, is he an actual dragon? Yeah. I don't know. So we got Haya here. Six-inch Star Wars figures. Star Trek figures, sorry. Somebody gonna yell at me. Star Trek figures from the Kelvin timeline. This is Chekhov. Now, I have mentioned, I think what I see of these figures look pretty good. The buck looks good. And I do like the way the soft goods are. They're kind of bunchy, but it is hard to make it. But these also weren't like tight fitted like the original ones. He's got his phaser. Same thing as all the other ones had. I think we saw Kirk, Bones, and I believe Spock. Everything about this figure looks really good. Except for his head. This is such an awful sculpt. This kid deserved better. I mean, he died tragically as it is. And then Haya does his fucking face like this. Like, it looks so bad. Like, how is somebody not there going, all right? He kind of reminds me of, is it Odo from Deep Space Nine with the really like smooth faced, the shapeshifter. He looks awful. Like this sculpt is so fucking bad. Going back on that, Judge Dredd says he's an android from the Fantastic Four. So that's going back to Dragon Man. But this thing is, man, I gotta say, I hate this. Frostbite says it's like Spider-Man is playing dress up, but got the face wrong. Yeah, Grizzlehorn, like that was, yeah. And there was something that was wrong with with Jeeps. He did nothing wrong. That's what's even worse, man. It's like he did nothing wrong. You know, literally, but I think he was getting his mail and got pinned, or opening his gate and got pinned up. Like, just fucking. As someone who drives all day, like you think, like, man, I could really fucking end up. Other than that, I think these figures look really good. Unfortunately, they just do not do them just. Because I think if I remember correctly, when we saw the Spock one, it looked like the wrong Spock. It looked like Leonard Nimoy. If I remember correctly, like this looks like Leonard Nimoy and it's not supposed to. But here's everything that he comes with. They're really trying to compete with Mezco. That's what their price range is. You get the multiple hands, you get the stand that it comes with, phaser, communicator, not much more. Well, Mezco's obviously gives you a lot more, but. And that is the end of this slide. Woo! My goodness. Quickly here, Toy Binging says the car manufacturer was sued by his parents because he was known to shift gears. Yeah, Chrysler had a huge issue with that. It was on those Jeeps. Like it wasn't the first time something had happened with that, like you said. And that's something that, you know, how some of these car manufacturers don't, and then they know something and they just let it go until, I mean, we know why they do it, because the money it's going to cost them is the money that it will cost them when it finally kills someone is going to cost less than to do all the recalls. It's fucking bullshit. Anyway, what I am going to do is I'm going to take a quick break so you can hear from my wonderful sponsors, Hella Dope Toys, where if you go there right now, you can order anything, whether it be in stock or pre-order, and use my code APWT, a punk with toys, and you get 10% off. But you know what? It's one thing to hear it from me. You really want to hear it from us, man.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, "Oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch my cell for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio." So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, what about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HellaDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in one business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, Mouse Man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HellaDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box. I was like, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh, dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HellaDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're gonna save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all save. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to helldopetoys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then, like, at the end of the month, they're like, Hella Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to helldopetoys.com and like and subscribe, and then in the comments put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not helldopetoys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, all right, guys, bye!
You hear that? If you don't like me, then, well, you can go there and use that code, and I have to pay that 10% that you saved at the end of the month. Hopefully they're donating that to charity. They're good guys. I'm sure that they are. So, no, it says there's 9% that think that I'm not honest. You'd think there'd be more from stuff that I heard about how awful of a person I am. But hey, I digress. So we just talked about Hella Dope Toys, right? You can go there. You save 10% by just using code APWT. And you know what they got? Pre-orders for the 2 new Jada Street Fighter figures. That's right. Each of them are $25, so you can do the math. But I'll do the math for you. If you order both of them, DJ and Cammy, well, you save 10%, which is $5, right? And you know how fast they ship in one business day. One business day. Anyway, we've seen these figures, but now we're actually seeing the solicitations for them. Everyone has them. Everyone has them up, other than Amazon. I haven't seen them on Amazon. More than likely, Target will get them first because Target must have some sort of exclusive deal with Jada that they get them like a short time before it. I haven't seen any of these that have started popping up yet, but here we go. I don't remember this figure at all. Like I said, I wasn't a big Street Fighter fan. I didn't really play. All my buddies did, but I was definitely, I definitely knew enough about it. But as time went on and we all went our separate ways and new versions of Street Fighter came out, we all went, I didn't see a lot of new characters. Anyway, DJ here looks pretty cool. I'm looking over here. It looks like he might be, I don't know if he's bigger. He might be using Ken's pants. There's no way that they're going to not be reusing some parts. So I could see them reusing Ken's pants, maybe the whole buck of Ken, because it's not ripped up on the bottom like Ryu. But if he's bigger, then I'm completely wrong. Will R says Pulse app just crashed. If it did, and you've waited and you don't get the Rattler, I can't feel bad for you because it's been up for 45 days. All right. Travis from A Toy Kind of Mood jumping in here says, do not buy these from Paul Mart store. I wonder why you're saying that, because I hear a lot of people buy stuff from Paul Mart. At least Motu stuff. But I'm not in that area, so I'm definitely not. I only know them because of Toy Habits, and then I would hear them from, I think, Cobweb a few times. So Matthew says, yes, Punk, you are completely wrong. Well, I'm mad enough to admit that I'm wrong. I was thinking Toy Connections pants and went, huh? No, I don't. It might be for all I know. Zed Burns has jumped in. I don't doubt it. Flood of people will be waiting last minute. Why are you? We'll talk about that. Why you? Anyway, Anyway, good looking figure. Again, I know nothing about him. He is maximum. So looks cool. I'll probably get him. He seems a little cocky. He's doing the Rob Van Dam too. So give me a Rob Van Dam like that. I can say that's not that bad. Travis says Paul Mart sells them at Frank and Son for a high bump early, but won't ship the website orders till the big box retailers get them. I kind of, I mean, I can't blame you for saying that, Travis. Like, that's kind of bullshit, especially if they have them. But why? Yeah. And Soul Brother number 1, what's good, Lawrence? Not much. Actually, a lot's good. I take it back. A lot's good. I waited months for Dalsim and M. Bison. Yeah, but did they have them in stock? Because I mean, if they're charging more, then it doesn't make a lot of sense. That's for sure. That's the same with CMD store. You can't really, cancel. So I wait, and if I see it in CMD store, I will order it. Anyway, here he is. He's got the ponytail flopping around. Nice like drop down kick here. So, are you sure that he's a different buck than Ken? Hella Dope got me my Dalsim. No. This is Paul Mart. Paul Mart is an actual store. This is not Will R. I know about Travis's issues. But Paul Mart is not Walmart. I thought the same thing, and I had to have somebody clarify. They're like, no. It's a different store. So so did I. So don't feel fucking bad, because I didn't know it either, because people would refer to it as Paul Mart. It's not Walmart. Or else, yes, we all know Travis's issues with Walmart, or shall I say Walmart's issues with Travis. Anyway, here's everything that he does come with. He's got his two I guess there's one Rob Van Dam and another pointing. But we have the half moon, 2 different head sculpts. I love the head sculpts that they do, man. These things they really do kick their ass, man. This company line has fucking just kicked the shit out of everyone. And they had no business to. Zed Burns, Hasbro gonna cash in over $8 million tonight. They're gonna take in $8 million, but they still have to pay it out. Man, why does everyone think it blows my mind that everyone thinks they're getting all this and they're just, oh wow, we're just gonna sit on this money. They still have to pay people. They still have to pay for the tooling, and the designers of everything, and the workers. There's so much more that goes into it. I'm blown away by that still. Unboxing artist jumped in 1 hour and 16 minutes to back the Rattler, unless if it crashes, and then you can't. Odin01 says, DJ looks awesome. I'm really anticipating Guile as well. Presumably he will be in the next wave. I thought he was going to come with Cammy. It seemed to make sense, right? Joe Fan 84. Evening, everyone. Sorry. I'm like, don't ever be sorry. We have lives, right? At least you should have a life. Yeah, it's a legit site. They had a Jada Player 2 exclusive. They're just annoying. They probably say the same thing when they see you coming through. The fucking Travis. Goddamn travesties. You've ruined every Travis's name. But don't worry, Mr. Wonderful has added to that too. KJ just says, Rattler just cracked 2,600. Grizzlehorn says the same thing. All right, so here is Cammy. Goddamn. When I was uploading these pictures today, I'm just like, I should not look at an action figure like this. Right? I'm not supposed to look at an action figure like this, but god damn it, how do you not look at this figure and be like, motherfucker? It blows my mind here. But yep, they do it. So
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk.
And
Here comes the money.
Pop Blender with the $5 super chat. Hello, fellows. I've been advertised that the creamery is open for business. Well, if that's the case, then I must drop some cream. Here comes my money. Well, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated, as always. And as I mentioned, this is Roman's birthday stream. He'll be 8 on Wednesday. Again, I cannot believe I've had him for 8 years, and it's crazy that you think of mortality and you're like, man, I don't like to think about how long I'll have him for, but they don't live as long as us. And man, sometimes I think about it and I fucking hate it. Anyway, but I'm gonna enjoy as much time with him. He's not sick or anything, guys, so don't I know I went there. She's winning with that pose. No, we are winning with that pose. They're toys, punk toys. Okay. Are you going to tell me you've never looked at a comic or a cartoon and went, God damn, she is hot? Because if you're going to tell me you have, I'm going to tell you you're lying. The front doesn't make it any better, but great paint. It's sculpted right there, but this figure looks awesome. And can somebody 3D print me some trigger fingers so I can have her shooting guns and fit her in with GI Joe? Again, these figures are amazing, and I love the Chun-Li. You put the Chun-Li up against like any of the GI Joe figures, and you realize just how tiny they are. And what I mean by that, like, they just don't look formidable. They look tiny. Jinx looks like she just get her ass kicked, like she's just coming in and she's a white belt. Man, it's crazy. Aaron just sent me a picture of him with Cammy. Black Ganya says, I don't find your reviews to be honest or authentic. I find them to be very honest and extremely authentic. Well, thank you very much. That's all that I'm shooting for, man. Just giving my honest opinion. And I put it up there for a reason. And I discussed it already. SCS Dog, Jessica Rabbit, yo. Anyway, I love that they did something different with her kick effect. I love that all these figures get some sort of effect, right? And her shots are amazing. Like, who's ever doing the shots, like him and Shooting the Galaxy, they need to get together and just fucking start kicking ass with Joe versus Street Fighter. I love how bulky they are. They're so much fun to pose with and play around with. I'm looking at all of them here. And I love the fact that they fit so perfect in that line. They just won't fit with GI Joe. You know what? They actually might fit with their Road Pig, because Road Pig is really out of sorts. She's got a T back and a T front. Yes, she does. So, these are all such dirty. Every fucking pose is just like so goddamn dirty. Like, who's going into battle? But all right. Anyway, we can try and get back on track here. But this is a figure I think a lot of people are waiting for. At least that's what it seems like. Entertainment Earth has it. Hella Dope Toys. That one store that we don't talk about that's big and bad. I know they have them up there. They're $25, and that's what's even more impressive. You don't get a lot, but you get everything that you need, and the effects that they give really add to everything. Yes, Jada toys are perfect for Marvel vs. Capcom. Yep, and I got that cable that everyone told me that is the Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm like, oh, now I want to get them all, but my house is like, no, you don't. So, but some of these, you really need to invest in the Hasbro flight stands because they work so well. But yeah. Yeah, all these good poses. I just love these figures. All right. Cammy figure of the year. What's crazy about this is look at it. There's no overlay. There's no soft goods. There's none of the soft plastic that they use with Chun-Li or Ryu or Ken. It's just paint, and if it's put in the right spot, it's perfect. But the head sculpt is so good. The poses that you get, like, I think everyone by now has one of these, at least everyone in this chat. And if you don't, I don't know why you don't, because you don't have to be a Street Fighter fan to just enjoy this, because they're just great action figures. Educate me why we don't like that one toy store that's big and bad. Okay. Kenzo is here. All right. I want you to watch, and you'll find out exactly. I'm going to take a second break, a second commercial. I want you to watch, since you don't know the reason why we don't like that toy store.
Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Moss Man, what are you doing back here? Oh, you see, so Skeletor, he had to go to the grocery store. He had to go buy more barbecue Pringle chips. And so he's put me in charge here for a little bit. In charge of y'all. He said, man, Moss Man, I have to go to the grocery store, so I need to put you in charge of Snake Mountain. Mwahahahaha. Yes, that's Skeletor. That's Skeletor. Right. Skeletor said since I was in charge, I could use the credit card and maybe go online and buy some action figures for myself.
Oh, some action figures sound kind of nice.
Yes. Maybe we can go to Big Bad. Yeah, Beast Man, we don't say that around here. We go to HellDopeToys.com. They have the best prices in town, and they ship everything in one business day. One business day, Beast Man. That means I buy it, and it comes to my house super fast, and they pack it all real nice. So when I go to do my YouTube reviews for my 5 subscribers, I'll be like, oh, look at this minty fresh packaged box that I got from HellDopeToys.com. So what are we waiting for, y'all? Let's go get that credit card and head on over to HellDopeToys.com right now before they run out of all the good stuff.
Okay, so 1/7 decimal to Nate. I hope that explains it. We have no issues with BBTS. Obviously, I'm all about the Monster Force. Fresh Monkey Fiction. That's the only place you can get it. It's just funny. That's what they discussed, or that was in that video. So when you said that, that's where it all comes from and why we don't say it. There is no beef with Big Bad Toy Store, BBTS. I do still order a lot of stuff through them. They still get stuff a lot quicker than a lot of other people. So sometimes they get it really late. So that is the only reason. It's nothing personal, nothing like that. So Viper Scout asked, do you think the lack of Marvel Legends Haslab helped the Rattler? I do. I mean, I've been the one saying you shouldn't be having one come after a big one after another one. I think the Rattler hurt the Star Wars one because people knew what was coming and they're really into it. And now that you don't have that Haslab coming for it's not coming from Marvel, people are willing to put their money into this. So, but yeah, I really do. And where is Digital Diarrhea? We gotta say hi to him. And hey, just so you know, I'm trying to find the right sword for that Skeletor I'm gonna send you. So just I didn't forget about you at all. Yeah, again, it's nothing personal. It was actually just kind of funny. So anyway, here's what Cammy looks like with her angry face, her nice soft face where she's about ready to kick your ass. Her camouflage, her very tight leotard that makes the original Scarlets look tame. So anyway, you can pick these up on pre-order. It says October. You'll probably start seeing them at Target anytime because we all know that shit just Target, I think, has an exclusive with it. So Tatsy's at 78,000 patches will be made. Oh my gosh. That is one way to look at how many backed it. Clint Jorgensen's wait, no, where is it? Digital Diarrhea here. That open mouth Cammy could be trouble. Thanos Copter, are you still here right now? Because you got to tell me that you're getting this just for that head sculpt alone. Because let's be honest, Wednesdays will never be the same once that hits. And Eduardo Pena, let's go 27K. What are we sitting at right now? Because I hit refresh. 26,105. It's gonna hit. I think it's gonna hit 27. All right. So this got dropped. I'm not sure if Toy Habits is the one that officially leaked it. I know they had it on their website. Thanos Captor says already pre-ordered. I'm not saying it, Johnny, but I will highlight it so other people can read. He puts flying in his Thanos Captor. Toy Bridging says, hopefully at 27K, it should weed out the resellers since there will be a lot of supply out there. No, it won't. Okay, what? So this is my whole thing. Toy Bridging, I don't know where you stand on this. I don't know, like, we'll talk about it. I'm going to start this because I'm going to bring this up. All right, so anyway, Mask. I don't know if Toy Habits is the one that broke this news. I know they have it on their website. But oh shit, I can't remember the name. Loyal Subjects has got the license to do Mask. So Hasbro had recently re-upped it. It made people start thinking, and sure enough, Loyal Subjects gets it. Now I know a lot of people want to ramen too. I have a hard time believing that Hasbro is ever going to work with ramen. I like Ace personally. We hung out at Joe Fest, talked an awful lot. He's truly a nice guy. He makes good product. But you can't continue to do things like this where you're doing a version of theirs. Everyone knows what it is. You're doing the GI Joe stuff or the military stuff, and it's definitely you can get away with it because it's military, but we know what it's for. The Dukes of Hazzard, stuff like this, where Hasbro, I think they're kind of like that. Once they're spurned, like, fuck you. You're not going to get this. So we're going to make it difficult for you. So there was no way they were going to get it. Now, Loyal Subjects said that this is going to reprise the same scale. So we're not going to get 6-inch figures, at least not yet. Doesn't mean they never will. They're not going to be 3.75 O-rings, nothing like that. They can go back to the 124th. So smaller. It actually makes a lot of sense. You can do more articulation in something like that. I mean, it doesn't just have to be like 5 points of articulation. You can do more points of articulation. It doesn't have to be super articulated, but you can do a lot. But I think it really works for all the different vehicles that you're going to get. You can get these big vehicles and fit them on shelves and enjoy them. So I know it's going to really make a lot of people happy because mask is one of those things that it seems to hit a chord with a lot of people. My only thing is when people say they want 6-inch mask stuff, do they just want the ability to buy it, but they're not going to buy it? Because I'm starting to see stingers all over the fucking place. I go to Sergeant Rez, he has 4 stingers sitting right there. You know, Entertainment Earth has them readily available. I think Paul still has them. Are these things going to sit there and eventually get clearanced out? And this is what's going to hurt vehicles. And you're going to go back to, okay, well, they're going to be Pulse exclusives, and there's going to be a limited run, and people are going to be pissed off because they didn't get the vamp because they waited too long on it. But in this scale, it'll keep the price down and space down because everything is based on vehicles with this. Let's see here. 17 to Nate. There are 325 million people in the United States. 25,000 units is nothing. Yes and no. I mean, for how many people? But there's not 325 million people buying GI Joes. Jim Smith says this isn't the Army builder the Hiss was. It's twice the size as the Hiss, and will be the Galactus of GI Joe. Secondary will bottom out just above retail. Maybe. Again, it all depends. We'll talk about it. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter. Everyone has the ability to buy it. No one's getting shut out of this unless if you don't have the money, and that's understandable. So I will definitely talk about that because we're getting there. Viper Scout says mask has 7 points of articulation. They need articulation actually. Yeah, again, I'm just saying like you can do arm articulation. You can move them. I mean, you can make smaller figures like that. Is all that I'm saying, and I think you know that. You and I talk enough. 17 says you hit the nail on the head. There are certainly diehard fans, but I don't know how many outside there are, and are not sure how many new fans are being brought into the line. Yep, and that's what I think about like the O-ring figures. Is it just the same amount of people that are buying them? That's a video I'm going to be doing soon. All right. But anyway, so Mask is coming back. If you want it, if you're collecting, it is cool that they're going to integrate directly into whatever you have. So I hope they remake the main stuff, and I hope they create new stuff for people that are interested in it. I mean, I wouldn't mind to have some of the vehicles. I'm not paying. I mean, I've looked at Sergeant Reds and seen how much these things are. I'm like, I'd love to have them. I'm never paying that price for them, just because it's not a line and not something I'm willing to go down. But if I can find, new ones at $35, I might buy a couple just to have and mess around with and see what they're like, because they were a lot of fun. Even GI Joe said it'd take up space. I mean, you have an aircraft carrier that's 7.5 feet long. That took up space. You look at the headquarters, took up a lot of space. Boulder Hill didn't take up that much space. It was awesome. It had play features. So Fatrid says 101 in the chat, actually 104. So please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button and then hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 5,300. I think I'm about to hit. So it'd be awesome to go over 5,300 on this stream. 6,000 is within within sight right now. Anyway, so that's really all I know about Mask. Loyal Subjects. I don't even know what else Loyal Subjects makes. It's they're not a huge company, so it's kind of shocking. I hit the like button 2 times. Well, I appreciate that. Jim Smith says, just saw Boulder Hill at my local comic shop. And I don't think mine has it. I don't think Sergeant Reds has it. They have this thing right here. The Rhino, right? They do have that. And it's like $250. It's expensive. But again, if there's not that many out there, you're gonna pay for it, right? Beardy McBeardison jumps in and says, I do have room for these. Sorry, I do not have room for these. Well, I can find room. My girlfriend would nut punch me. Just wear a cup that day. Right? Solves all the problems. When you get your pre-order your new cups. And I'd order a couple of them because you want to be safe there. Anyway, that's it for Mask. No on the GI Joe. And there's actually a good amount of GI Joe news. We got high-end news. We got some classified. We got a little mega block. So. And Haya just seems to finally be like, hey, we're finally going to put out these figures. Of course, you in the U.S., you can't get them. Is there anyone that's upset that to get these figures, they're not readily available at BBTS and Entertainment Earth and places like that? You have to go to some other sites. I know Small Joe's has them, but not everyone wants to pay some of these companies, these distributors or online toy stores up front and wait on something they might not ever get. So here is Beachhead out of the package, actually shown off. You can see his packaging behind him. A couple shots without the beret. And he really is a remake of the Classified in 4-inch form. I do think these figures look good for the most part. I don't think their face sculpts are good when you're talking about the human actual faces. All right. I don't know why he wears the beret on top of the balaclava, but that's how the Classified came. I can say the same thing about that. But I don't criticize Hasbro, so I can't say that. He still comes with the Nerf gun that I don't understand. Like, I wonder if that was really like in Haya's contract that, hey, you know what, you have to use the same guns, because when I discussed it with somebody, they knew nothing about it, and they're like, I don't even know how they get my sculpts, like who gives them to them. But again, when you create something for Hasbro, well, working for Hasbro is technically theirs, even if you're the one that designed it. But Beachhead looks pretty good. The gun is awful, but you can always get new guns to replace on this. All right. So here's Cobra Commander in the package. I think I showed this last week, but it's a better picture. I didn't realize that I need the white border until it was pointed out about these things not having white borders. Not these, but the Classified retros, and I'm like, it just really needs a white border. I don't know why it makes it so much more, but it just adds so much to it. J Solo Art says the Beachhead figure is what hooked me on Classified. That Beachhead figure is fucking awesome. Like, the first one is still really good. I will stand by that. So I will stand by with you on that. I mean, once I got into it, I was good. You know, I liked the line. I liked what they were doing or trying to do. I don't mind that they course corrected and what they're giving us now, because I love, obviously, the Real American Hero and stuff. But I didn't mind what they were doing, other than I really didn't like the guns. And at that point, you know, I found, the Valaverse pack, and that worked really well to replace. Not all the guns fit. I think the AK-47 was too big, but a lot of those weapons worked really well to replace with the those guns. So, Digital Diarrhea says, and by the way, the Hyatt Beachhead looks like a flea market knockoff crap. It might just be the pictures, to be honest. So, but anyway, here's the back of the card. Not much to it. I just really wish that they would sell them here rather than have to go through like third parties and everything. Jeff Morris says, I would have gotten the Hyatt Joes if they were available, but I'm over them now. I could not find the first ones, and now I don't care anymore. I think a lot of people feel like that. They could re-release that Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, which go for like well over $100, I believe, because it's been long enough, and not a lot of people had it. Again, if you are interested in getting this, you can go to smalljoes.com. They had them all up for pre-order. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow were the only ones you couldn't get. Small Joe's is a reputable site. I've ordered stands from them. I know. It was a bad time in my life. I ordered stands. Actually, their stands for their O-rings are really good. They don't break the heels. I've ordered O-rings and the T-hooks for them, different things like that. So you can order from smalljoes.com if you are actually wondering. And then we have Prophet Director Destro. There were more pictures that I just couldn't find. I don't know why Christopher Full Force didn't put them up, because I saw him have them on his stream. But they had a picture of the cape, but I couldn't find it, so it's not there. For me, it was a Baroness with bike, Snake Eyes, and Cobra Trooper. Yeah, if you're able to find the fucking Baroness and the Coil Psycho. I think the Coil, can we say the Coil Psycho will always be the worst classified vehicle ever? I can't see them doing a worse one. Just the bike, there's so many problems with it. All right. So we got Mega Blocks. And we talked about these the other day. Then we have Ace and Duke. I think they look pretty good. It's not my thing. It's not something that I'm going to be on board. I know Bobby B is all about them. I think he built Castle Grayskull. Maybe it was Snake Mount. It was one of them. And I didn't realize he was really into it, but he really likes them. And he's like super hyped that they might be doing these. I mean, it looks like they're going to be doing them, right? I would assume this will be a Mattel Creations exclusive. This is what one of the agreements that they were talking about, where Mattel and Hasbro are going to be working together. They both own specific properties that they can work together. You're not going to see GI Joes in 6-inch form over there. But I was thinking, if they're doing stuff like this, would they be willing to do 5.5-inch Joes using like the Master of the Universe buck? Because those might be pretty cool. You would pull in some new fans for sure. Because you get all those Motu guys that don't care about G.I. Joe, but man, if they started picking some of that stuff up, they were Joe-esque, they might like them. TK Storm says, hey, I like the coil. It goes great with the Hiss Techno Viper. I mean, I might try it, but I hate that bike. Like, I see what you're saying, though. I could see the figures for the Hiss working because of the red. It's just if you like it, you like it. I have 2 of them because one was sent to me because my breakers sucked. I'd rather have 2 Ram Cycles, although I have 3 Ram Cycles in different forms. Anyway, but speaking of Hiss, here is the Hiss tank driver, whatever it is. I think it looks really good. Again, no interest to me at all. But I mean, you kind of look at these figures and you say you can do this with mask, right? You could make it so you do have more shoulder articulation, obviously bending elbows, more hips and everything like that. So yeah, I think it's good. And again, you get more kids into it, great. Then GI Joe lasts longer. Gun Buddy says, I was able to pin up a coil and make it look cool. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. You can paint a pile of shit. It's still gonna look like shit. No. Yeah, I would agree that the coil is begging for customization, but I don't know, man. Anyway, if you are interested in this, I'm assuming these will go up. Not go up, but they'll be announced soon. All right. I do like these Transformer crossovers. I do not have the Thunder Machine. It's $100, and for me to say $100 is too much, that would be a lie. I'm just not. I wasn't ready to buy it because the Megatron Hiss and especially the Megatron Hiss, but the Bumblebee All Striker, they kept going on sale over and over and over. So I took my chances, and this was never gone on sale or clearance. So, well, this one, I don't know. Now, I think that Cup works really good with this. But I gotta say, just the way Sarge and Leatherneck are riding in that back, yeah. Maybe should have posed them a little bit different. Because they're a little too cozy in that basket back there. Or however it is. Then they actually have pegs there. But anyway, this figure does look good. Good Transformer. I think I don't know if a lot of people, again, I think you still have the same people. Some Transformers, some O-ring guys. That's what they're going to do. Machine Man. Nuts to butts. They're hot for Cup as they're spooning. All right. But all in all, a good-looking figure. If I do get this, I will do a review on it. I will transform it, and it will stay in robot mode until the day I die. The same as Megatron and Bumblebee. And when I eventually get the Soundwave. Now, I have them, so it's not like I have to have them in car form. Doesn't really matter to me. So, but there are some cool things on this. I mean, other than I think Cup really works. I know he's blue, but just the aesthetic design is very similar to what Cup was. Just the lines and everything, the front end of it, the front body of him. I think it just works. And I like this, to be honest. But I'll wait to see what the price is. And again, I'll try and play clearance chicken with this again. Because if I miss this, I missed it. I don't really worry that much. Wraith May says, I actually pre-purchased that Sarge Transformer. Is it out yet? I didn't think it was even out yet. Oh, no, it is. That's right. Told you I didn't pre-order it. Anyway, you can see that they can ride in the back here. I do want to get to... So here's how they're sitting. It's just kind of funny. I don't know. Just kind of funny. Not Rachel says, I like these as well. I still need the Thunder Machine. Yeah, I'm waiting because the other ones went on sale. What do you need, buddy? You need to go outside? Go ask Andrew. Go over there. Go ask the boy. Say, boy, let me out. Boy, let me out. Go park there. Why can't you go back there? Anyone need a dog? Anyone want to let a dog out? Brian Hoffman says 2 Joes, 1 Cup. Okay, so I like this. I really never thought about this, and I love this is just a small little detail that this flips down. It's now a seating place, and he has a whole computer and everything that he can run from it. And I just think this is a really neat design here. And if they do make a triple T classified vehicle, I hope they integrate something like this, because this is great for photography. Even better if it's in the 1/12 scale. I think everyone could agree with that, or at least they should, right? But this is just, again, to me, nice design. Just a little add-on because he's a transformer that they probably went, oh, we could just kind of do this. We got to put something here if this is where we're going to have him ride it. There's still this little computer on. But going forward, just say, if they do a classified version, we're throwing this on here. So I do like the He-Man Origins crossover, though. I hope you're not in the past. You're not in the past at the beginning, are you? If you are, we're in the future. The future is wonderful. It's getting closer to the HasLab. I don't think that they're going to veer away from that. I'm perfectly fine with no working treads on Scrap Iron's missile launcher because they look like they're working, but I'm with you. It would really take away from the aesthetics if they did that. But does it cost? I mean, would it really mess up the cost though? Anyway, I'm talking way too much. All right, so here is a 3D print of the Frag Viper head. Now, we've seen a lot of these come up. I think this is from like Weibo or whatever. And here he is with it on Rock and Roll, or a different skull face on Rock and Roll. So many of these things have been coming out. You don't even get surprised anymore, but that's kind of what it is, right? I don't know. I don't understand what the pelt is. It's the same pelt that is on the Snow Serpent, but I don't know why it's not painted. Like if this is a pre-printed one or what it is. So now let's get to these figures. All right. Tony, you fucking better be here. All right. So I don't know why they have Ghost Rider in. This is just trying to show you the size comparison to them. We get the Iron Grenadier. I really like. I hope they come out with a retro one, because I think the Iron Grenadier is one of the best looking figures I ever made. We have Road Pig here, who I'm fine with him being overweight, fat. Doesn't bother me. I like how Lenny explained it. I think this face sculpt is awful. This shot here, it doesn't look that bad, but really everything that I've seen is awful. I can't believe I'm going to say it. Nemesis Immortal is amazing looking. Oh, Andrew, what? Can you let Roman out? Yep. He was barking. I didn't know why you didn't hear him.
Yeah. Come on, Roman. Let's go outside.
Kids got it hard. I think this Nemesis Immortal looks awesome. All right. So I don't know who this guy is who's taking the shot. It's kind of Weibo, whatever it is. Well, okay. So is it Lenny with no facial? I don't think so, because everyone thought that Bazooka looked like Lenny. Now, I know he had facial hair, but that looks more like Lenny than this. And I kind of see where people are saying it. But I just hate the face sculpt. I think it looks awful. Bobby Walt says, I want to get an extra Road Pig because I think that'd be a great figure to do a William the Fridge Perry. Ooh. Oh, Bobby, you are fucking dead on there. But if you're gonna paint blackface, that's on you. Okay. Tony, where are you? I'm gonna be pissed off if Tony's Figs isn't here. So there's like 4 pictures. So here's a shot of Road Pig here with his mask on, which is probably how I'll display him because I really hate the fat. No, I see the face and it looks good. Now the only thing that he comes with that's a remake is the shield, the riot shield. His dog is the buck of Junkyard. Has anyone looked in the corner yet? Please tell me you've looked in the corner. And you see what I'm talking about. Because I love the fact that whoever took these pictures, if you're not looking, right? If you're not looking, you're looking at Road Pig. You're not thinking, there he is. There's the O-ring version of him. And then you have Junkyard mounting his dog. Yes, that is what is happening there. He even has 1 foot up on him. And little O-ring Road Pig there is watching it very closely. Oh, the riot shield, yeah, it's wrong. There's no doubt about it. Again, wait, do they? Well, wait a minute. Why is he? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they need to fix it. I hate that. Anyway, we don't give a shit about the riot shield. We know it's wrong. We're looking at what fucking Junkyard is doing, all right? O-ring Pig is just watching, right? I don't know if he's helping him or what, but I saw this and I started fucking dying. Because it's one of those things where you're like, that guy intentionally did that. He took those pictures and he left it. And I'm going, man. Bernie Lomax says, Nemesis Immortal's feet are wrong as a cartoon. As a cartoon, isn't that? That change is horrible. Well, not everything is based after the cartoon. You got to remember that. There is, I mean, yeah, they make changes. I will say I didn't really like the feet, but everything about, and I do not like, if you watch, you know I do not like Cobra Law, but I think that Nemesis Immortal looks absolutely fucking amazing. Graf says, I wonder if they do retro carded Dreadnoks. I mean, we still need Zartan with the Swamp Skier. See, they've screwed up with that. They need to do the Swamp Skier alone just because every Dreadnought uses them. And nobody wants to be buying a bunch of Zartans just to get the Swamp Skier, right? Like, I hate that. I must be in the minority because I really like this Road Pig sculpt. There's a lot of people that have said they like it. I think it is, from what I've seen, I think it is worse than Falcon. Yeah, so Derek Holloman says Nemesis is based more on the new comics, but at the same time, the comics have kind of insinuated that they're based on Classified. So it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Derek, I mean, only they know. I don't know why they're so hush-hush about, like, hey, we're working together with the comics. It seems like it would make way more sense. KJ says it would have been great to have had a second head sculpt with this Road Pig. Well, they give you that mask, so that is how they are justifying it. Ellen, it looks like he must have chased away Junkyard here, because Ruckus is like, oh, thank you, Daddy. If it's not from the cartoon, then why name the character their actual name? Then just make everything up. Well, because GI Joe isn't based off of the cartoon. I mean, they're doing some characters, yes, but that's like, why even watch the fucking cartoon? Because canon is the comic book. So I could say, why would you even watch the cartoon? It has nothing to do with the comic, and that's what's canon. What Larry Hama did, that is canon. It's the same, it's the same concept. I understand what you're saying. That's where Cobra Law originated from, but they don't have to make everything the exact same. I don't think the feet really look that good, to be 100% honest. But I'm also not going to get that mad because, well, they're not even like real people. There's some weird thing. Anyway, so here's the back of them. Again, I kind of like the fact that they made a fat figure that isn't like super fat, but he's overweight, he's heavy, but he's big, he's strong. I just, again, not a fan of the face. All right, so this Friday the 13th, PulseCon is happening. This is the GI Joe exclusive for PulseCon. So if you are a Pulse member, it goes up at 4 o'clock. If you're not, then it's sold out at 5 o'clock when you want to get it. And then it'll probably go up again at like 4 in the morning. And then the next day it'll go up at like 3 in the morning. And they'll just keep fucking with you too. It goes up for hours and then it just disappears. Kind of like Once a Man, Cobra Commander. But I do think this figure actually looks good. Now, it is just a repaint of Duke. A lot of people said that the hair isn't. It's really hard to tell. The face sculpt looks like it is the same. But they haven't really repainted the face sculpts and reused them, other than on like the same character. But it has Cobra Commander's hands. I know because they just did the review. Those are Cobra Commander's hands because he has the globe holding hand and the pointing hand. The two fists. Gung Ho's grenade launcher. It is not a shotgun like Viper Island thought it was. He's got the laser rifle, Duke's binoculars, Duke's helmet. Again, everything is reuse on this. It is a good-looking figure if you're into this. But if you have to be a Pulse member to get it at 4, I'm assuming this will probably ship out pretty quickly. It seems like a lot of their stuff for the Pulse Cons have shipped out quick. But you're going to get your jetpack. I mean, this is all reuse. And this is exactly what an exclusive is supposed to be. Something you don't need, but something that you want. So I think the colors really work well together. This buck is a really good fucking buck. I don't know why I'm swearing so much. It's a really good buck. Duke is a wonderful figure. And, I'm not a big fan of it. Wow. Bobby Walt says, while PulseCon is on Friday the 13th, Hasbro's coming after our wallets like Jason Voorhees. I think so. I'm not gonna say for sure, but I think it's a $35 deluxe figure. Johnny says it's a new face sculpt. It looks like it is, but it almost looks like it has like the same characteristics. The hair is what really makes people think that it's different. But it's hard to say until you get it in hand. So, once a man, now just a boy Hasbro crowdfunding toys. Pretty much. I really wanted to fix these damn fire effects. I actually don't mind these fire effects, to be honest. I know what people complain about. These ones don't bother me that much. These for the Stinger, I just think they're awful. They don't work. If it was the opposite way, it would work better, just for the fact that it's actually going out. But yeah. And War Chest Full of Toys has joined us. He's not on my list, so I don't think I'll be picking up Starduster. And then we got Rookie Teller is in the house here. Time for Ollie's special sale XD. Telling you guys, I don't think you're going to see nearly as much stuff at Ross and Ollie's. They've said they're cutting down supply. They know what happened, and it's easier for them to not make that stuff. So, Allison Troy says, everyone beware. If you go to Crystal Lake this weekend and break the rules, drink, do drugs, have premarital sex, O.J. Simpson will rise from the lake, don the hockey mask, and kill again. Lego Star Wars kid, great head for Falcon. You don't need that because they have Falcon coming out, and they made sure that the head joint is going to fit on the old one. So, looks dope. Retro Stalker should come with all this stuff. Oh, you watch Bobby B's? You watch Bobby B's video? I disagree. I disagree about that. And only because if you're doing retro, it should be retro to what we got. Maybe the classified should have come with all of this. Or do cartoons, the cartoon versions. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I disagree with. I understand the concept of it because it does make sense. 3-star draw has finally joined. Hope I'm not too late to the party. Happy birthday, Roman. Also, I can't wait to see how they botch PulseCon. Oh, they're really good at it. They're really good at botching their streams. Andrew Davis has joined us. I don't know which is going to run out first, space or the money. It might happen right at the same time. JLS Comics has joined. What's up? How are you doing? And Lunchbox Killer has also joined. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Here's the back of it. Now, before anyone says, oh my God, look, there's a fang on the back. I'm not saying we're not going to get a fang. I'm just telling you that fang there is the 4-inch retro Walmart exclusive from about 4 or 5 years ago. It's not a classified version. Again, I'm not saying we won't get one. I'm just saying that is not one. All right. But here's the box for it. Again, it's just plain boring box. I really wish they would have done more, but this is what you're going to get. I'm going to open them up, and I'm just going to, put the box away because I have issues. So, all right. So this was dropped today. Just a picture of everything together, and looking at the Rattler here, because all we got to see was pictures, which this is a picture too, obviously. I think this looks better than what is shown on the Haslab page. I had some complaints about how I thought it looked, and again, I am skewed because I see these flying around my house all the time. And yes, I know it is not an actual A10. I know the engines are not spaced like that, but I thought it looked kind of cartoony the way that it was designed. And I think it's just those pictures that we saw that we can still see when we go to the page. But I think it's cool that they put everything here. Obviously, they didn't put everything in it. The fact that they are now doing flight stands, it would be nice if they went back and made a flight stand that could hold up, obviously, the Trouble Bubble, but it also could hold the Air Chariot for Serpentor. Because I had to make my own just to get it to do it, and I showed everyone how to do it, the best way to do it. Same with the Trouble Bubble, right? and it works, but it'd be nice if we had one where we could kind of angle it just a little bit, and I felt more secure than just using the sticky tack, because that scares the shit out of me. Anyway, Will, our Uncle Tim is going to be pissed. I'm just trying to read through some of these comments here. Rookie Teller says a real Thunderbolt A10 would be much bigger than. Well, yeah, we know that. Like, everything is scaled down. I get that, but that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about the specific lines where it looked kind of, I don't know, cartoony, comic booky, the way that it was drawn or the way that it was shown. And maybe it was just the pictures, maybe it's the shots, maybe it's just this. This I look at and I feel like this looks more like the original O-ring version that we had. And not that I thought that it looked bad. And yeah, I've discussed this numerous times. The Sky Striker is not even close to being in scale. This would be so much bigger. That F-14 would be so much bigger. Almost twice the size of what you get. You can only fit like 5 Sky Strikers on that aircraft carrier. So, Bernie Lomas says, I asked the question, do you think Galabulus will be an online crowdfunding character or in the stores sold? Second question, do you think we will have his snake sack? So I think it's going to be an exclusive to the Pulse. And I do think that you are going to have that piece that comes with it. The snake sack, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to have him come out of it. I think it's too much of a gamble to put that in Target, Walmart. Maybe it'll be an exclusive or a Fame Channel exclusive. But personally, I really think this is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, whether it be the San Diego Comic-Con next year. But yeah, it's he's coming. There's no way they're doing all this stuff, but kind of crazy. Now I'm getting all these messages. Like, people don't know that I'm fucking live right now or something. 2 channel members too. Damn it. Anyway, here is the pilot or the gunner, whatever you want to call him. And then I just put the Baroness up here. And that's it. And this is where we end it. I'm going to remove this. So I want to go back to toy binging, saying hopefully at 27K it should weed out the resellers since there will be a lot of supply out there. Okay. Now, here's the whole thing with that. This is my personal opinion. I have no problem with resellers. I don't give a shit if these sell for $3,000 after. Everyone has the same chance to get this. Now, of course, you need to have the money. I understand that. If you don't have the money to get the Hiss Tank, the Dragonfly, the Rattler, whatever's coming next, Galactus, the Sentinel, it doesn't matter. You can't get it. But we all have the same ability to get it. So there's no such thing as scalping. And no one should be mad if they have to pay $200 or $300 more after, because everyone had the ability to do it. Where when you're talking about people that are running to Target, grabbing the fucking figures, and then they're reselling it, that's where it definitely becomes a problem. But with this, I don't really care because everyone has the same ability to do it. The Dragon Man, I don't care if that thing sells for $800. Everyone has the ability to buy it. Pre-order right now for $85. So for me, I hope it does go up. I know at Joe Fest, 3-star here, he got a Hiss Tank for, what'd you get it for, $350? But that was the end of the con, and the guy didn't want to take it home. He wanted to get rid of it. When I look online, those figures are still selling from anywhere from $80 to $50. I think $80 to $50 each figure, and his tank is still selling for about $300 by itself. So there's going to be a markup, and it's just the way that it is. It's good for the value of getting people to buy this, right? I'm investing in this because I want it, but at the same time, I know that if I need to go sell my his tank, I can get my money for it, and if I break it up, I can get even more of it. They should 100% make figure name patches now. See, what's funny about that is that I don't think Hasbro would ever let it happen, Joe, but a smaller company would so do that, and I think it's brilliant. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Let's pull this up here. If I can remember how to do any of this. Now the real question is, how quick do we get charged after this thing backs? So right now we're sitting at 27,079. Now I'm going to raise my hand and say it's way more than what I thought it was going to sell. Matthew, what you said 21.5, I think, and I think I said 22. So a hell of a lot more. All those people that were going, oh, we're not going to get the Baroness. Like, have you not seen how crowdfunders work? Even crowdfunders that don't back, there's still a big jump, let alone for the hottest adult toy brand, right? Well, then you were wrong. All right, then if you said 22, I think I said 22.5. I either said 21.5 or 22.5 because I was like 500 different than you, which is, I mean, again, it's, to me, it's a wash. It's fucking the same. I didn't think that it was going to hit 27. What did the other ones hit? The His Tank hit like 28. The Dragonfly didn't hit this high, did it? And here we are sitting with 13 minutes left, and there's always a little bit longer. Is there anyone else that's still worried that if you paid with PayPal credit, you're still worried that you're not going to fucking, like, they're going to fuck it up somehow? I know 3-star is. Oh, wait, it has passed the hiss? So Galactus is number 1, right? What was the final Galactus number? Man, I need a good friend like Brian Brink to do me charts. Does Brian Brink have a chart? You know what it would be? It would be on Geek Dead Life. I haven't been there in a while. I bet he has a chart up here. Maybe. Oh, look, Haslab charts. So, yeah, 26 was, I can't read these. Can anyone else read these? Someone else go here and read this shit to me. Of course, I'm by myself here. So 26772 was the last time that he had updated it. But what was Galactus at? Because Galactus went way over. I thought Galactus was like 33,000, something like that. 30K, Matthew says. Okay. So I don't think they're going to hit that. Is he updating this live? Nope. Does anyone have is there anyone that does charts? We need our own Brian Brink here that can create charts for us. It'd be fascinating. Or maybe I just need to become friends with Brian Brink. 27,115. This is, I mean, it's gone way past anything that I thought it was going to. And Loki has joined us. What up, my people? Ryan Sweeney, Dreadnought, Ryan. I have to admit, I canceled my order. Space is a premium with Roboskull and Dragonfly. I'm happy for all who did back it, and I can't wait to see pictures. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me that I fucking have a Robo Skull come in too. I need a bigger house. Send me the super chat so I can buy a bigger house because good fucking Lord. Dragonfly 80. I'm sorry. Joe Fan 84 says, I got the hiss, passed on the Dragonfly for financial reasons, but got the Rattler. Yeah, and again, it is. I am able to, through all the videos that I do, I'm able to sustain this. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I would not be able to buy nearly as much stuff as I do. It'd be a lot less, to be 100% honest. I've done pretty well with this channel, just from all the reviews and everything that I do. So I fully understand. If someone can't afford it, there is no shame in that. And I want everyone to know that. There's no shame in it because I think this is going to be the most expensive toy that I've ever bought until they do the whale next year for $500. It's funny. I did not see you when I just said that. Well, I did not see you post this. I don't know if the whale will break it. I'll be 100%. I don't know if the whale would break it. Just for the fact that it is going to be very expensive. But the reason why I think the whale is possible is only because it would serve as a display, not just a vehicle. And it'd be a true centerpiece where the Hiss tank only can really hold 3 to 4 people in actuality. I know you can pile more on it, but you can't pack them all inside of it. Galactus 4,769 backers, 30,811 seems to be. But yeah, this is you're right, you don't army build a whale. And you know, that is where you bring down the MOQ. Again, these aren't supposed to be just army building. That's one of the reasons why they do so well. They're supposed to be dream projects that Sergeant Reds doesn't want to carry. That basically places like Entertainment Earth and BBTS would be the only ones that would be willing to carry something like that, right? But you want to make sure, Hasbro wants to make sure that they don't fucking lose out. That's the whole fucking point of doing this, right? So, oops. And we're coming in at, can they break 28,000 in 5.5 minutes? I don't think so, but you never know.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
And Woody 222 with the $9.99 super chat. Here's enough for 1 foot of molding for your new house fund. Thank you very much. And you get a... Now I gotta. Is that a turtle that is farting? And I've never asked you what that is, but is that a turtle farting, Woody? Which I think is awesome. Woody Punk will put that to some SB Jordan 4s. I wear it at ease. I don't like the Nike skate. I don't like the Nike skate brand. Nikes are like the skate shoes are too thin. They hurt my feet. I have to have sole cups. Bernie Lomax says most known collector in America is Pixel Dan. Am I right or wrong? And he keeps on finding new lines to collect. That's called addiction. Knowing when to stop is a healthy thing. He's one of them. I mean, Shartimus Shartimus is actually probably more popular than Pixel Dan. But there are more than a few. You look at Robo. He left the Frush and started Robo Don't Know and was up to like 40,000 subscribers in a couple of days. I've said before, if GI Joe went away, when it's eventually not producing like they are, there's other things for me to collect. I would probably be in on Mythic Legions. I really like the Mythic Legions, but I'm more of a military guy, when it comes to what I like to collect right now. But there's always something to collect. There's always something good coming out. And the independent lines have made the big companies step it up. And the big companies have made the independent lines look really, really good. So, Matthew says, Shartimus is a hoarder. Watch his collection videos and his wife let him. No, his wife did not leave him. He specifically talked about that in one of his latest videos. His wife didn't leave him. She went back to work. He talks about it and everything. So, Rookie Teller said, we already got most of the cartoon cast. What's left for GI to do with the next? Dude, I really do mean this, Ricky. Do you think that the cartoon is what stuff is based off of? Because I know a lot of people do. There is so much stuff that they can do from the comic, from the cartoon, if they want to pull stuff from the cartoon of figures that were never produced. But you go to the comics, there are so many figures that you can do. They haven't even done Battle Armor Cobra Commander. They've never touched Billy. It is time that fucking came out wrong. They've never made a Billy. I don't know why they haven't made a Billy. There's other Dreadnoughts still to be made. They haven't finished off the original figures. And then there's all the different repaints. I don't think that this would happen. Only because I don't know if Piper would ever give the license to him. That's what's difficult about it. The Piper estate would have to be willing to. I don't know why you wouldn't want to. So, but there's so much stuff that they can still do. And the whole point of doing this is to create new characters, to make it so the line grows, it continues on past you and me. There's always going to be kids coming into collecting. I know everyone's like, hey, after our generation, kids aren't collecting. It's bullshit. Just what you're going to have is kids are going to collect Super Mario Brothers shit. They're going to collect Fortnite stuff. Like, that's what they're going to do, but there's always going to be another line. There's always going to be another collector coming in. And as long as they continue to create stuff, this is why, in my opinion, Classified has to work with the comics. And for some odd reason, it's like Hasbro doesn't fucking want them to, and it makes absolutely no sense. They should be building off that comic property. And then they should be working on proper media, digital media, video media, film media, because they need to get rid of Bonaventure, because that guy doesn't know fucking shit about what he's doing when it comes to this fucking. All right. So it has ended at 27,309. There will be some more that pop in, and obviously there will be some people that cancel it when their wives get the fucking bill if it comes before the end of the month. I think we all know that, right? That bill will come and people will be like, oh my God, and the wife's going to be like, oh, I'm fucking pissed at you. Speaking of that, did anyone see Chaz the Guru? Did anyone see Chaz the Guru with the patches the guy in the coffin with the patches over his eyes, and it said like, after my wife finds out I ordered it, something like that. Did you not back it? Yeah, I know you did 3-star. I know you follow the same fucking people I do. I assume you were going to order it. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you to Wood, or not Woody. Thank you to Aaron, the toy enhancer. I will be able to properly review it compared to an O-ring Rattler. Oh my God, will that be a nightmare? The Dragonfly is going to be a nightmare trying to compare the two. But it's over, guys. It has ended. Has anyone been charged yet? Because it's coming. We all know that it's coming. All right. So let's see what the chat is saying. So I guess the question is, are you guys happy now that this thing has ended? Well, again, like I said earlier on, I had to call you out about the whole Valor thing that you did. And I got to call you out here. It is, you are the man. As bad as I am with reading, as bad as I am with English, oh man, your, oh man, that shit drives me nuts. But I love you, Aaron. I love you. So now that this thing has ended, the people in the chat, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Are you happy with this Haslab? I think everyone was happy with the His tank. The Dragonfly seemed to be a big hit, but it was almost like people wanted something bigger than the Rattler. I was really surprised it was the Rattler. It's going to be a big honking piece of plastic, but is everyone happy with what they showcased of what we're going to be getting? Clearly, we're getting all figures. Hopefully, this will tell them. Well, I don't know why I would tell them to give us 4 figures, because you have people that are like, well, why do we need to give anyone 4 figures? We just did more than ever, and we only gave them 3 figures because we're a bunch of assholes. Oops, I didn't say that because, me. I don't ever insult Hasbro. So Derek says, I'm really happy. I never had the Rattler as a kid. I think you mentioned that before. I think you mentioned that on one of my videos. The Rattler, again, I'm just recently got another one. I had one as a kid. It was one of the best planes ever. There is no doubt. I'm never going to complain about that. I absolutely love that.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
Matt O'Brien with the $5 super chat. No matter how anyone feels about Haslabs, this is a win for the Joe brand. This is another example that Hasbro execs see and helps with the future project. The Hasbro execs who really seem like they didn't want the GI Joe brand to do anything, they were never going to give it up. They had no choice but to fucking let them continue to do it. They just kicked ass and kicked ass and kicked ass. And it's one of those things where it's like, you love money, you're a corporation, right? You're a corporate America. This is a cash cow. You pay no one, no royalties, don't have to get in the door to even get a meeting. It's your property. People are kicking in your door now saying, hey, we want to pay you so we can make figures. And it's like, all right, well, you take the risk. 17 says, yeah, I am playing with a trouble bubble and a stinger. The Hiss is upstairs. Would love to have the dragonfly in hand, but I understand. Yeah, again, we have to wait. And people are so mad, and it's kind of like it doesn't surprise me that it's coming in November or December. If you followed the numbers, it works out to when it probably should have come. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because of the patches. Yeah, you're absolutely, yeah. Those patches hurt it. Okay. The patches didn't hurt the numbers or what the product is. What the patches did was it hurt the name of what Hasbro is doing and the GI Joe brand because they're just being cheap. I promise, I'm willing to bet that if you ask Lenny, he says, I want to give you 4 brand new fucking figures. But there is a budget. I know no one thinks there's a budget, and it sucks. And that budget, it's probably like thrown at a fucking dartboard, and they go, here's your budget, and then throw another thing, and they go, this is how much we're going to charge. It sucks. Lunchbox Killer said he backed it. I'm believing this when he said. Pop Blender says the Hiss tank because it was the first one I ever backed. Obviously, a conversation there. There should be planned for 22K and 26K tiers. Well, all that would have been was them pushing everything back. I know everyone wants something more, and I would love to have more. But Hasbro wants to make money, and they say the moment it gets backed, we have now covered the cost of everything that we might make. So once it hits whatever it was, 9,000, that's covering the patches and the 3 figures. Now, obviously, 1 figure came with it no matter what. Once it's back, it covers everything. So if they never hit it, then that's tooling that they don't need to use, and that's money that they don't have to use. Once they're past that and they surpass everything, it's all money in their pocket. And again, I know I was saying they're not pocketing all that money. They do have to pay for the tooling. They got to pay for the people that are freaking going to put this together. They got to pay for the shipping. They got to pay for the designers. The Haslab is a whole different team that they work with. So they're not pocketing all that money right away, but they're still a corporation and they need to appease their board members. So, War Chest Full of Toys says yes and no. If they had given another figure, I would have bought a few more. However, I do want them to go big, make the campaign longer, and I'm really cool with $500 to $600 range. I never had a Rattler. And I think if they go to that range, you really are pricing people out. And I really don't have a problem with that because not everyone can get everything. All right. I can't buy a Dodge Viper. I mean, you really can't because they don't make them right now. I can never afford a Dodge Viper. It's my favorite car. I don't get mad because other people did. And that other people, when they were 70 grand, when they came out, were paying 120 just so they would have it in line and they would get it. I mean, so I don't have a problem with it. But I do think that if they wanted to work and make the money like they want, I don't know if they can do that more than once or twice in like a 10-year period. I could see, again, if they do a whale, I think you can get away with it. You can't always go bigger. But I'm with you. I would love a whale. I mean, I've seen how big my buddy's is. It's fucking huge. And it's 3D printed. So, and I really came out wrong now that I said that out loud again. A Rattler is the best plane because it is an A10 and A10 Rattler go. Actually, they all do. Like, they all do. The F-14 does have a Gatling gun on it. Also, it's just to the side of it. Yeah. Graf says, "I'm happy that we're one step closer to classified Havoc or Whale." I don't know. I mean, the Havoc is pretty iconic. I mean, it was in the cartoon a lot. It's not the greatest vehicle. That would be really interesting. Roman has decided to go to sleep. Actually, he's looking at me right now. But I can't call him because then he'll want to, go OUT. Brian King here, hoping for a 3-man flight crew now. I think we're going to get something. They already kind of hinted with the Dragonfly that we're going to get something. I don't see why it'd be anything different. My thing is, when it comes to the Rattler and the Dragonfly, what kind of small vehicle can you get? How about this? A Whirlwind that comes with a base that can connect to the Dragonfly so it can fly somewhere. Since the Whirlwind has to be towed somewhere, but or the Flak, something like that, where it comes with a figure, it comes with a base that you can clamp it underneath it, and then you're gonna, the Dragonfly is perfect. Rattler, you can't really do that. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they have a year and a half to figure that stuff out. So I don't know. I'm excited. Has anyone been billed yet? It's 12/12. I haven't hit anything. Nope, haven't been billed yet, which always makes me worry. Like, what did I get billed? But yeah, I'm happy with this. I think it's a good. I think it's good for everyone. It's good for Hasbro. So let's see, 181 votes. 88% of you think that I am honest and authentic when it comes to my reviews, and 12% of you are a bunch of assholes. I'm just joking. No. The Night Raven is so big, and it would be expensive. Night Raven is the biggest plane that Joe made, and I don't think that people realize that ask for it how big it would. And we've seen the 3D printed ones, right? And when people say, "Well, you could scale it down and make it smaller," why would I want something that is that big, and that's part of the attraction for them to scale it down? You don't want that. So I don't think the Night Raven would fund nearly as fast as people think. I think the Sky Striker would before then, but I think that the Conquest will be the GI Joe. It is in the same size as the Rattler, and if the Rattler did this well, I could see the Conquest. Sky Striker, I think that's when people would sit back and see how big it is and go, yeah. 3-foot plane that's about 3 feet by 3 feet, because they're, yeah. I don't know. And it might be bigger than 3 feet, wouldn't it? How long is the Rattler again? Because the Dragonfly is like 3 feet long, almost 3 feet long. So I don't know. I mean, it's all great to talk about, but people got to remember, a lot of people want to buy stuff. They're not willing to buy it. They just want the ability to buy it. So I'm just rambling on. Nick Al has jumped in here. Anyone want my patches for a tiger paw? Where is Aaron the Toy Enhancer, Mike? I didn't say size of the Night Raven. You did. I just said it would sell out in 30 minutes or less. And I'm saying it wouldn't because of the size, because people look at that type of stuff. That's all that I'm saying. Oh, yes. Yeah. But that is not, Brian, that's not as iconic as the Night Raven or the Sky Striker. But you're right. That is because I just got that in the past 6 or 7 years, so I never had one. But you're right. It takes up a lot of space on the aircraft carrier, and I think it's just a little bit shorter than the Night Raven. But it's just that's a big boy too. All those stealth planes are going to be like that. Casey Kennedy said they didn't really do any alternative upgrade armor or weaponry to make it updated from the old, kind of like the Dragonfly Hiss had better upgrades. The only thing about that is that I know what you're saying. Like they have different, you can mount different missiles for the Dragonfly, and then it has the different guns. The Rattler or A-10 has so much armament to begin with. What can you do? Maybe a different turret in the back, but I don't really know what you could do to make it different. I think that there is a different set of missiles that you can use, but it is definitely, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I like what they did with the Hiss, but it is ground, and you can kind of armorize it. The A-10s are already so armorized to begin with. So, but I understand what you're saying. I do. It was just like, this is what it is, and that's kind of where we're leaving it at. So, just kind of going through here, trying to see if we get charged. Because usually we get charged right away, and we're already 12:17. I gotta wake up in the morning and work. 125 of you watching, please hit that like button if you haven't. We have 185 votes. How many likes do we have? I'm waiting for it to refresh. 105 likes. That math is not mathing. 124 people, 105 thumbs up. You know, kids today think that this is a reason to fight. Like, if you thumbs up, like, they get mad at you. I don't understand that. And 187 votes, and 12% say that I am not honest. But yeah. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It's kind of funny. I know all of you can't be subscribed. Probably a lot of haters in here. I ask you guys a question, just to stretch the time out. What does anyone get by hate watching a YouTuber? I mean, I don't why would anyone waste time on someone they don't like? Clint, I know you are for sure. 12% punks who are snarky as hell. I think it's gonna be the whale. I really think it's gonna be the whale. They haven't done anything by sea yet. It's not going to be the Moray because it is obviously GI Joe next. But in my opinion, you can do a whale, which we know is very large, and then you can do a water moccasin that is a PulseCon exclusive or a Pulse exclusive or fan channel exclusive. So then you have your two main water vehicles, one for Joe and one for Cobra. The Moray, as iconic as it is, Joe doesn't really have an iconic water vehicle other than the Devilfish that can house a bunch of people. You got the whale, right? I think it's the whale because now you've looked at what you can do. They pushed the price to $325 and they lowered it a one figure. Now you've just broken the record of the other GI Joe Haslabs. There's no reason why they can't look at it, start putting those feelers out. Again, I don't think you would do a conquest. I mean, you could, but why would you wait another year and a half before? Well, it'd be 3 years down the road. Matthew, $500 whale, more patches. Oh, it's gonna be, yeah. If it's a whale, I would say it'd be 400. I'm not 500. Maybe 450. Maybe they could fit in like at 450. But I'm also telling you, like, I looked at Greg's 3D printed whale, and you see how big it is. It's 3 times the size of a his tank. It's not as big as you would think it's going to be because you talk so much, but when you look at it, you realize it's big. It better come with a table that it can just house right up there. Or Daniel Singleton, that's what I was saying about the Cobra Moray. I think the Cobra Moray is, once again, that is like Haslab style. But what would you have the Joe? What would you have the Joe can go against that you could make? The devilfish, it doesn't work out. But the whale, if you make the whale, you can do Pulse exclusives, fan channel exclusives of the water moccasin. And even though the whale is much bigger, you could always enlarge the water moccasin a little bit. And even if you didn't, it still can house like 4 different people on it, and you can have it battle. You also got to think that if you're going to have a whale and you're going to have a water moccasin, then a moray, you got to know that are people going to have space to put them to do photos together with them? How are people have space to even put it in their fucking house? You know, you're not sneaking that in past your fucking wife if you're married or have a girlfriend, right? You're not coming in from the garage and being like, oh, yeah, I forgot that I had this. She's like, I would remember that box. It's giant. But yeah. So, 17 says 81,912 patches. Is that what our patch count is at? 18 months. I mean, the Dragonfly is not going to be out till November, December. Although there is rumors that some of the Dragonflies have started to land on U.S. shores. Water moccasin's bigger than the Vamp, and you could make it bigger and it still look like a water moccasin. And the price would be more than 100. You'd be looking at 150, probably 175, maybe in the same price range as the Vanguard. I kind of forget what I was saying. No. You can sneak it into the garage, but it's getting it in but my old friend used to say that I just go to the garage and I'd bring something in. If she asked about it, I'd be like, oh, it's just something that I had packaged up. But a Haslab whale, you're not like, you might have it in the garage, but when you go to bring it in the house, you can't go, oh, I had this in the garage. They're going to go, bullshit, because I would have remembered that box. All right? That's all that I'm saying. Missy would let you anyway. Missy let you have fucking 4 strangers stay at your house. She'll let you come in with a whale. All right? She even let a stranger stay with you that she absolutely hated. That was me. Aaron's wife hated me. And then she met me, and she was like, oh, he's a bigger dick than I thought. And then he tells me. He's like, man, I shouldn't tell you this, but Missy, she really didn't like you. That's what Aaron tells me at Joe Fest. I shouldn't tell you this, but Missy really didn't like you. And I don't know why, but then like before we left, she was like, you know, I really like Lawrence. I didn't think I was going to, or something like that. was like, I have that impression. You know, people think I'm this rough, mean asshole, and then they realize I'm just an asshole. Is it confirmed as not a Haslab? I mean, it's not even confirmed that it's coming. I think it's coming. I think it's coming. I think it would be a perfect Haslab, to be 100% honest. But who knows? Are they willing to do 185? Maybe they're willing to go like 185 because people that do research watched and seen what the Vanguard did, right? And they said, hey, if, you know, the Vanguard, if Valiverse can sell a Vanguard for $185, give it different adaptions for it, the Thunder Machine is made to be customized. So, I mean, it's there. They have to come out with the driver that I can't think of for my life of me right now. He didn't say that it's too small. He just said that he didn't think that it had to be Haslab. I thought that it'd be a good Haslab because you could give extra parts, like a different front end if you wanted to switch it around, different guns in the front, a different jet engine in the. You could do stuff because the thing was literally smashed together, and that's what it was supposed to be. But Thrasher, thank you. I wanted to keep saying Thunder. I'm like, his name is not Thunder. It's a Thunder Machine. All right. I do have to go because I have to wake up in the morning and I have to go to the bathroom again. A lot of water and my Arnold Palmer, which are really a little addicting little crack things. Anyway, well, we'll be getting charged for the Haslab real soon for anyone that backed it. Thank you guys all for joining. 120 of you. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. And if you don't like me, hit the dislike button, the thumbs down. There's always one person that does it. Literally, let's hate watch. Because what else would I want to do for 3.5 hours than to watch someone I don't fucking like? Anyway, if you dropped in late, go watch the beginning of the show. Go through the ramblings. You'll hear me go off on shit and give you my personal opinion. But it is time for me to go. Thank you guys all. We will see you guys all this Thursday. Coco Smooth, the casual collector. He is a military veteran. I believe in the Marines. He does Valiverse stuff now. He's doing a lot of classified stuff, a lot of 3D printed stuff. And good guy to listen to. So catch you guys all this Thursday. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for the channel memberships. Thank you to every single one of you for joining me. You're what makes this show go. Without you, it doesn't happen. So everyone have a wonderful night. Good night.
time already feel